Welcome to BMB's Game of the Week. I'm Oliver Mattis, sitting beside
Lucas Pangakar.
And we have quite the exciting match for you folks at home. Today we have the Mepham Pirates facing off against the Long Beach Marines. And we're going to take a look at this Mepham Pirate team first. You know, they're 2-0 right now. They just came off of a huge win against MacArthur, 24-21. Lucas, do you mind telling me a little bit about this Mepham Pirate team?
Yeah, coming off a huge win, as Oliver said, to this MacArthur team, 24-21 in their homecoming game. It's huge for this Pirates team. Off the leg of Ryan Baer and the interception of Tyler Gaskin to win in that game, it's huge. And Oliver, looking forward to this game, what are the Pirates' 3 keys?
Yeah, so the 3 keys for this Mepham Pirate team are: 1, to play clean. You don't want to have that many penalties. Key number 2, limit big plays. Small ball will get you through, little by little, yard by yard. And key number 3, stronger effort. Always give 100% of what you can give. Do you want to tell me what a certain Mepham Pirate player had to say about all this?
Yeah, so we sat down Pirates star James Quilty to hear the Pirates coming off a big homecoming win can continue that momentum and make it to this game.
Good practice, good energy, just support everyone next to me. The boys all do the same. So really just keep rolling.
You know, I agree with what Quilty had to say. You know, you got to keep practicing and keep having good energy. You know, we talked about with that 3rd key, stronger effort, consistency, momentum. I agree with 100% of what he had to say right there.
Yeah, that 3rd key, as Oliver said, it's effort. It's effort. Effort's plain out simple for this Pirates team. Got to keep it out there. You know your guys around you. You've been playing with these guys for 4 years, JV and varsity. Got to keep that up. And switching over to the other side, what does Long Beach have to say, Oliver?
So let's take a look at this Long Beach team. 2 weeks ago, they faced off against Garden City, lost 31-16. But you know, this Garden City team has won 56 games in a row. They have yet to lose. So it's actually not a bad feat to have. And then the week after, they beat Glen Clove 41-0, which is a huge momentum boost. So do you mind telling me what the keys for this Long Beach team is to drive forward?
For this game, as we saw on that graphic, Charlie Conway with 263 yards. They got to practice football. Practice football is important for this team. They didn't do that against Garden City. Let's see if they can do it against the Pirates. They got to play field position, play where you are, and just keep that momentum going throughout the entire game. Limit penalties. It's important for all football teams, but especially for this Long Beach team, it's important to limit those penalties and keep up this side of the ball. And Albert, speaking about the air attack with Charlie Conway, it's important for this Long Beach team. As we sat down with Mancini, and he said that offensive side of the ball, that defense has got to worry about that air attack. Charlie Conway with the other side of the ball.
You know, a notable player on this Long Beach team, Zach Silva, he's a leader. But, you know, we also heard about the leaders who stepped up to help with the energy and preparation for this game. If we take a look at James Quilty.
It's a big role. Keep the guy next to you. It's more important than you yourself. Just have to keep backing up the guy next to you. That's all I think we really preach.
Yeah, everyone's gotta have support. Everyone's gotta have each other's backs. You gotta play with each other's strengths. On the defensive side of the ball, what James is on, Paulie, also another guy out there. Play with your strengths that you have.
In order to build up those strengths, you know, you gotta have great leadership, and like someone on this Long Beach team who can fulfill that role is Brody Rydell. He's been a beast. He's averaging 100 yards, receiving and rushing, and 2 touchdowns last week against Glen Cove to drive this Long Beach team to a 41-0 win. I mean, that's just everything you want and more from someone. So that's definitely someone you want to look out for, and who might be a challenge to this Mepham team.
Yeah, Rydell. Star player for this Long Beach team. As we said again, that passing tank is potent. That air raid offense is amazing for this Long Beach team. And just limit these receiving yards, play out to his side of the ball, and don't let him do that.
And I know how I mentioned how he might be a big challenge, but let's see what James Quilty has to say about like the challenges for Mepham facing Long Beach this week, this game.
I think it's their passing game. And I think it's just we're going to counter it by having had a good week of practicing with our DBs and our secondaries. So we just tone it on that. I think we'll be fine this week.
Yeah, you definitely have to counter that passing game and Long Beach quarterback Charlie Conway in order to win. You know, last week against Glen Cove, he threw 2 touchdowns. I mean, his passing game is incredible. mixed with Zach Silva, you have a potent Glen Cove offense who is able to drive this Glen Cove defense into shambles and be able to score 41 points, plus giving up 0 points in return.
Yeah, but speaking about that Long Beach side of the ball, you can't talk about that offensive side of the ball without the Pirates. The Pirates, led by their sophomore quarterback, Adam Ehrlichman, who in that homecoming game passed up with Ryan McCabe for that deep touchdown pass. It's important for both of these teams to keep that passing attack open, as this is going to be a very hard-fought game.
You know, I want to mention how, and I completely agree with what you say, and, you know, taking a look at, like, both teams' 3 keys, it kind of looks like they're similar to a certain degree. You know, they both want to limit the penalties, but, you know, with this Long Beach team, you know, they're having a lot of big plays, while this Metbum team wants to limit big plays. So you really wonder how that's going to work hand in hand with each other. It's going to be a weird mixture.
They might counter each other. We will see. But also, talking about that Pirate team, they had that 3 quarterback rotation, which they've had all year with Patrick Cloudman, Adam Ehrlichman, and Ryan Radicone. And you gotta pick your guy. Moving into these earlier games, you're gonna find out who you want. As they say, we're starting Ehrlichman today, but it's important for these 3 guys. You have Patrick Cloudman, the runner. You have Radicone, the senior veteran, the senior, and then you have Ehrlichman, the new guy, the sophomore. It's important for them 3 to work in tandem together.
You know, it's going to be really interesting to see how this Metbum team implements 3 quarterbacks in one game, because, you know, your quarterback is, like, I would say, the leader, and having 3 different quarterbacks in one game, like, how would that possibly, like, change the trajectory of the game when you have, like, 3 leaders who could maybe think differently?
Yeah, with that, and you got to switch to Long Beach with that also too. Conway, with that quarterback position, you have Charlie Conway, another great, one of the best quarterbacks in this county. Who passes we saw in that Garden City game for 269 yards, and keeping that up is important for them.
And we are now going to toss it down over to our sportscasters in the booth.
Stay healthy.
Hello and welcome to the BMB Game of the Week. I'm Jared Boxman here alongside Brandon Catalina as we're getting ready to get underway here as the Pirates will receive the kickoff.
It's lost to talk. Long Beach deferred.
As that kick will be squibbed and muffed by the Pirates as Cracky able to fall on it as the Pirates will start from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, although it wasn't a clean kick, the Pirates will definitely take being able to have the ball at the 35-yard line.
As here comes the Pirates offense here. Question mark will be who will be at quarterback. Looks like it'll be Adam Ehrlichman starting. He came in last game at halftime and really boosted the team's momentum as it'll be Ehrlichman starting.
Yeah, and we have HN in the backfield right now. He's definitely a player to look out for.
Yeah, as the Pirates looking to get a strong start here against this tough Marines team. It'll be Ehrlichman in the shotgun here. Achan to his right. Getting ready here as Ehrlichman takes the snap, hands it off to Achan. Achan breaks a couple tackles and he'll roll forward for a gain of 4.
Yeah, just standard inside zone run right there. Picks up 4 yards. That's exactly what you want to start the game. Get a couple yards, get them first downs, and keep pushing the ball.
Yes, at the beginning of every game, you just want to start off with positive yardage, and just get yourself in a good place. As second down.
Yeah, second down right there. Coach Mazeika for the Pirates giving them a call right here. As you see, they're looking at their wristbands, looking at what the call is.
2nd and 7 here. Could go either way with the run or the pass. Ehrlichman in a shotgun again. Takes the snap, sits back, able to find his receiver there as Eagleston shakes one tackle and able to pick up the first down there for the Pirates.
Yeah, very nice out route right there. Picks up about 15 yards. Now Pirates are in business in Long Beach territory.
Yeah, it's just a simple out there for Eagleston. Just 4 steps and cut to the sideline. Able to get himself open and shake a few tackles to get the Pirates in the Marines territory.
Yeah, as we have Pirates back in shotgun formation.
As it'll be out wide to the top of the screen will be McCabe, who had a key catch last week for the Pirates. As Ehrlichman takes the snap, fakes the handoff as play action. Ehrlichman makes a couple defenders miss, but then will be wrapped up by the Marines for a loss there, and the first tackle for a loss of this game.
Yeah, the Marines did not fall for that play fake at all. Very disciplined right there. As Ehrlichman really gets swarmed by Long Beach, had nowhere to go.
As it looked like it was Rydell able to get in there with a group of couple other players for a loss of 7, 2nd and 17, pushing the Pirates back into their own territory.
Rydell definitely a key player for Long Beach.
As Ehrlichman takes the snap, rolls left, finds a man outside, gets back the penalty yardage and more, as that one will just fall short of the first down, maybe even the first down there for the Pirates.
Yeah, very nice play right there. Gets a little rollout, goes to Andrew Fleming, and he just is short, 3rd and about 1.
Yeah, as you see the Pirates right now, right out of the gate, working those underneath routes and not taking it deep. As it'll be a first down now. The referees talked about it and agree. 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the Marines 35.
Yeah, as you have McCabe and Eagleston on this left side.
As you see Achan now switching sides, as it'll be a handoff there, as he will be wrapped up for a gain of 0, maybe even a loss. Just strong defensive line play by the tackles there, as that was Bogacki there to make that tackle.
Yeah, great play. Pirates lose about a yard. That's great to just swarm the tackle for the loss.
As the Pirates' key plays here, open up those run plays, because without opening up those run plays, you can't open up the dual threat of the play action plays that really gives you the option to go both ways. And it'll be a play action again there. Eagleston with the screen, shakes one, then wrapped up right after that. As yet again, that'll be Rydell, as Pirates will have 3rd down and long here.
Yeah, this is definitely where high school football is made, because this is not the NFL where you can kick a field goal here. You have to get enough yards or you're going to be punting, which is really bad for a drive where you're in Long Beach territory.
As a big play coming up here for Ehrlichman, as to the top of the screen it'll be McCabe and Eagleston. And to the bottom it looks to be Cracky, as Ehrlichman drops back, has some time. Pirates pick up the blitz, as Eagleston able to come up with that one. Question is, and the ref signals first down Pirates, as the Pirates with a big conversion, as Eagleston already having his impact on this game with 2 big catches.
An insane catch right there with the dive. And you also saw Long Beach sent the pressure. They sent a full blitz. They had about 8 guys rushing. Ehrlichman stayed calm and was able to deliver.
Yes, as the Pirates O-line able to pick up the pressure there, as it was Kearney picking up the pressure on one side, and Condulis also staying strong on their side, as Ehrlichman now from the Marines 23 rolls out. And that one will be batted away. Intended for Cracky, but great defense there by the Marines.
Yeah, great defense right there by Juan. He is also wanting to play backup quarterback. That is one fun fact about him. But he is starting at corner.
Yes, Juan could be a threat on both sides of the ball, as last week he did catch a touchdown for this Marines team, and now he's already having an early impact on the defensive ends. 2nd and 10 for the Pirates.
Yeah, he definitely can play. He could do it. He could do it all.
And the Pirates have McCabe lined up, one-on-one, one high safety. Do they take a shot as they pitch it out to Achan as he spins through one tackle, but tackled shortly after, as it'll be 3rd down again for the Pirates.
Yeah, quick pitch right there. And now Pirates, if they don't get the first down, you wonder if they kick a field goal here. Ryan Bayer last week had the game-winning field goal with 2 minutes left, and you know you have trust in him. So you wonder if they get an incompletion here, do they want to kick?
As here's a replay of Achan just being swarmed by a couple of Marines to pick up that tackle. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 here for the Pirates, as there's a personal change in the backfield as Davidoff now in there. Ehrlichman drops back, takes a shot into the end zone, and that one will be overthrown for his receiver, but a flag comes out. It looked like it would have been an interception for Silva, but could maybe be a debate for a pass interference penalty. And there were 2 Marines defenders there.
Both officials had their flags thrown, and
as we're waiting for the ref's true signal here to see if that Silva interception will stand. And the ref now with the ball, still no signal, as it looks to be a pass interference penalty that will be in favor of the Pirates. 15-yard penalty, and the Pirates will move inside the 10 here. Big situation as two backs now back there, as it'll be
Achan and Weber in the backfield.
a split backs as Ehrlichman takes the snap, fakes one, hands it off to Achan, and he'll be tackled there again for a loss, as the Marines staying very strong on the defensive end for the run game.
Yeah, Flynn able to stuff that run. Huge loss right there by the Pirates. And now it's about 2nd and 14 at the goal. So you need 14 here.
And here's a replay of Achan just trying to find that opening, and Flynn just right in there. 2nd down and 12 for the Pirates.
Pirates have Davidoff and Achan in the backfield again.
As McCabe lined up one-on-one yet again, will the Pirates try and take a shot that paid off last week? As high snap there, as it's faked, as Ehrlichman takes a hit, as that'll be Davidoff picking up a gain there, but then tackled.
And it's a fumble. Marines recover. Huge play right there. And Marines are going to pick up the ball at the 6-yard line.
As Davidoff looked like he had the gain there, but the Marines able to come up with the big play when they needed it most. As Silva nearly had the interception before, but was wiped away with the pass interference. That time he's able to capitalize and earn the Marines the ball.
Yeah, as we're going to send it over to Hallie Garden.
Hi, I'm Sophie Whitaker, and I'm here at the Mepham Pirates versus Long Beach Marines football game. And right now, the Long Beach Marines are on the 7th-yard line, getting ready for this first position of the game. And before that, the Mepham Pirates had the position of the ball, and Adam Ehrlichman was the starting quarterback for today's game, starting off with throwing and doing everything right. And now I'm Sophie Whitaker, looking forward to this game, sending it back to the booth.
Away here, and that one will be out to the sideline. Makes one, misses. That's Silva now on the other side of the ball. Still fighting through the contact. He's still up.
Yeah, huge play by Silva. What a throw by Conway right there with an absolute sling and a beautiful catch.
As right out of the gate, starting at their own 7, didn't know what they were going to try there as they were pinned back. And here's a replay of just Conway able to find Silva as he made one miss and picked up a gain of 18 yards there for first down Marines.
Silva just got subbed out here, however, so it's going to be interesting to see what they want to run here.
As Conway, been this team's starting quarterback for a couple of years now, coming off of throwing 2 touchdowns last week, and he's able to be very shifty outside the pocket. As Conway in the shotgun here. As handed off there, and the Pirates able to come up with the tackle for not much of a gain.
Yeah, good play right there, limiting it to a yard, and it's going to be 2nd and 9.
As that was Quilty in there to come up with that tackle.
Yeah, Quilty is definitely the player to watch, as we saw in the pregame show. Quilty had 14 tackles last week, and he's just all over on the defensive side.
Yeah, as the Pirates cornerbacks look to have a big game to shut down Long Beach's strength of that deep ball. They capitalize off those big plays and trying to catch the Pirates off guard.
As Long Beach is ready, they're setting up. They are in shotgun formation here.
As in the shotgun here at the top of the screen, you have Grizzard in coverage. As a late motion here, as Conway drops back, able to find a man open. Quilty able to get the tackle before that first down. So it'll be 3rd down and short as Hayes able to come up with that catch.
And the official now rules it a first down. At first it was not sure what it was going to be, but this time he rules it. Quilty's 2nd tackle of the game, but good play. Long Beach is certainly driving this football.
Yeah, as the Marines kind of starting their drive, how the Pirates did with those short underneath passes and capitalizing. As the Marines trying to get that big response and capitalize off of that turnover. As Conway in the shotgun here. As a play action there and hit Silva. As Silva wrapped up there as the tackle by Genovese.
Yeah, good tackle right there. Got to limit those deep plays, as you said. The keys of the game. One of them for the Pirates was limit big plays, and they got to try doing that if they want to win this game.
Yes, as 2nd down and 10 here from the 38.
Yeah, we have just about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the quarter. They are lined up in shotgun formation here.
Yeah, this is a big play here, 2nd and 8 for the Marines. Conway in the shotgun as he looks like he was able to draw the offside there, as it looked like a couple Pirates maybe moved.
Yeah.
As it looked like Weber and Quilty may have gotten a little antsy there for 2nd down and short for the Marines.
We're probably going to see a Rydell run here. They haven't ran it with him yet. He's one of the best players on this Long Beach team, so I would not be surprised to see if they run it on 2nd and short to try getting that 1st down.
As Conway in the shotgun, as he takes the snap and hands it off to Rydell. Rydell trying to push his way forward for the 1st down. It'll be close there as the referee waiting for the signal as he looks to be short, 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another run right here as we have a replay of when the Pirates were jumping.
Yeah, it's just a little too antsy there. Pirates still trying to escape here and avoid that penalty costing them a little.
I certainly think, though, that they're going to run it here because it is 4-down territory, most likely being at midfield, and it's 3rd and very short.
As Conway in the shotgun here, Pirates may bring in a blitz. As the Pirates bring pressure up the middle, and Rydell, the referee, blows it dead as Davidov looked to be one of the guys in there to come up with the tackle for 4th down and 1. The Marines look to be lined up to go as they head back to the huddle.
And the Pirates are subbing in Michael Lawrence. He is their biggest player on the team and can certainly disrupt. However, Long Beach might be changing their mind. Now, it looks like they're going to punt it, but the Pirates have to beware of a fake punt right here.
Yeah.
Last year in the county championship game against Cary, they got cooked by a fake punt, so they certainly want to watch out for that.
As a big play here, 4th down and 1, definitely a situation where a fake could occur as the Pirates have Genevieve's back to return, and the Marines will boot that one away as that one will bounce at the 31 and will be picked up and down at the 24-yard line.
That was a very nice punt right there. We actually were able to see some of the punts in the pregame, and he was definitely booting them. An impressive punt right there. And one of the keys to the game for Long Beach was to play field position, and that's probably why they punted. They don't want to go for it and then have the Pirates have the ball at midfield.
Yes, as the Pirates come back out here, looking to bounce back as Ehrlichman's still in at quarterback. 1:18 to go in this 1st quarter. 1st and 10 at the Pirates' own 23.
Shotgun formation, H-Chan in the back.
As Ehrlichman takes the snap. Play action there as he's able to hit McCabe. McCabe makes one miss, and he will be tackled as it looks to be just a couple yards short of the 1st.
Very nice play. We've seen the Pirates now do this a couple times where they do the play fake and a quick throw, and the officials now rule it a 1st down.
Yeah, there's a couple late calls so far this game that have gone for 1st down as 1st and 10 at the 34, under a minute to go. Ehrlichman hands it off to Chan.
Good inside run right there. Able to get a couple yards. The exact play as they start the game, but the Pirates are looking to be in hurry-up formation, wanting to get a couple more plays before the quarter ends.
As just 42 seconds to go in this quarter, as Ehrlichman takes the snap, hands it off yet again at Chan, and that one is stopped. Again, as that one will be Rydell with another tackle.
Pirates now slow to go. We'll see if they want to put another ball. They have just 20 seconds left. They do not have to snap this football if they don't want to.
As a big 3rd down and 7 awaits, will the Pirates wait till the 2nd quarter to do it, as they look like they're taking their time, choosing their play, knowing that they have that time.
Definitely want it to be your best play as we have a replay here of the handoff. Absolutely nowhere. Stuffing it. Pirates snap it.
As it looks like Ehrlichman barely gets it off, takes a shot downfield, and just over the head of Eagleston. Could have been a big play. As at the end of the 1st quarter, Pirates 0, Marines 0. Second quarter will be Pirates ball on 4th down and 7.
Yeah, the Pirates are probably going to be punting here to change possession.
Here we go. A big possession for the Marines as they try and get back.
Thank you to Jared and Brandon. Now I'm here, Jake Maxwell, alongside Lucas Pengankar for your second quarter.
Yeah, we saw in that first quarter that Pirates offense was moving down the field, and then Shockey with that costly fumble to end their drive. And then on the Marines say they get a 3 and out, but that offense is trying to use that Charlie Conway, try to keep that up.
Yeah, definitely a huge stop from Mepham's front four there on that 3rd and 1, forcing Long Beach to punt. But now Mepham's going to have to punt the ball right back to that Long Beach team. As Ehrlichman had Eagleson deep downfield, was unable to connect, had to make a good throw, just missed him by a little bit.
Yeah, this Pirates team on defense with that front 7, trying to keep that up there. You also have those corners. You have that injury to Eamon O'Connell. That's a little costly. And we'll see how this defense can ride up.
All right, now we have Bayer punting away. Snap. Bayer boots a low liner downfield, and it's caught, received. Gets good 10 yards there on the return as his helmet pops off, and that tackle is made by Andrew Fleming.
Great job there by Silva to get a punt for at least 10 yards on the return. Silva, who lost his helmet there, trying to get it back on. He's going to go back there for offense.
Now Charlie Conway's offense for the Marines is coming onto the field. We'll see what type of attack they come with this time, maybe more aggressive in the passing game, as the run game got stopped a few times there on the first drive.
See if Rydell can rile this offense up.
As Silva comes off the field, looking angry. Conway's getting the play from the coach. Coach Martin had the chance to sit down and have an interview with him. Great guy, told me about the team this year and what they're looking for. Conway breaks the huddle. 3 receivers out wide. You have a running back and tight end. Tight end's 2 yards back off the line. Conway snaps, hands it off to Rydell. Rydell breaks a tackle and breaks it forward for about 15 yards there.
Rydell with a powerful run and gets right between his tackles and goes all the way up to the 40-yard line. Brody Rydell breaking 2 tackles a couple yards after contact and moves that chain for the Long Beach Marines.
As you know, Rydell has 3 touchdowns so far this season in 2 games, so he's really looked to add it to that great number already, as he's had 17 attempts for 124 yards, so very efficient on the ground as well.
See if Coach Martin will use that passing time with Charlie Conway. In that Garden City game, they did have 269 passing yards, and see if they'll use that here.
Yeah, definitely. Glen Cove, they had a few less as they put up 41 points, and there was not as much of a need to pass as their defense was getting big stops and getting the ball in good field position. Tight end out to the left. Conway motions the receiver. Snaps it. Looking downfield, takes the check down to Rydell. Davidoff shakes off Davidoff, and the tackle is made about 10 yards down the field, but there's a flag right around the Long Beach backfield.
Yeah, without the flag there, Conway finds his main man, Brody Rydell, and he takes the edge off Shockey Davidoff.
And it's going to be a penalty, an illegal shift on Long Beach, as the receiver there was 2 people in motion as the snap went off.
Yeah, that was their star receiver, Zach Silva.
Now Rydell comes off the field, looking pass here. You know, when Rydell's not on the field, you have to assume they're going to try and get a big pass play, as they're already 5 yards back, as now it is 1st and 15, which is a nice break from Mepham, as they gave up a first down on the last play without the penalty.
Yeah, 1st and 15 here for Conway, trying to air it out. Maybe still have a couple downs. Use that running attack. Maybe get a halfback draw there.
Yeah, we'll see how Conway, what Long Beach does to go about this 1st and 15, as Rydell's not on the field. Maybe look for a screen to Silva, break one loose. We'll see what happens, as Silva had almost 160 yards against Long Beach in the first game of the season and a touchdown. Silva's 1 yard back off the line in the slot. Gets motioned out, and that's going to be a false start on number 11 of Long Beach, as that is Ryan Farrell, number 11.
Farrell, the junior, the wide receiver and cornerback, a little bit Travis Hunter there. He makes a costly mistake and moving them back again for a 1st and 20.
And now we're welcoming Dylan Wigdor to the booth to join us.
So guys, Long Beach, 0-0 game so far.
Yeah, great game. What are you looking to see from this Long Beach offense here, Dylan?
So Brody Juan, he wants a backup quarterback chance to see him. He caught a touchdown underneath a touchdown last week. Hopefully he can do that this game for Long Beach.
Yeah, so Brody Juan, kind of interesting. He's a backup quarterback, but he does play a little receiver too, so we'll see how he's used in this game today. Rydell back on the field for this 1st and 20. Conway drops back, and there's some rush. They dump it off to Rydell, and the ball is dropped.
Rydell, as he's beating himself up a little bit there, as we've seen that play a lot with Rydell, going out of the backfield, trying to catch a receiving yard, and trying to get a big play there, but it doesn't work there as Rydell drops it, going to 2nd and 20.
As that was Fleming bringing the pressure on the cornerback blitz. Looks like he's playing a little outside linebacker today, as we saw him a lot at corner last week. So maybe they're using his speed to the advantage off the edge there.
Yeah, Rydell, caught a lot of balls this game so far, on the ground too. So.
Yeah, when I talked to Coach Martin, he said Rydell's an all-purpose guy. He's going to get receptions and rushes. He's going to do everything the team needs. As now we have that 2nd and 20. We'll see what they try and do here. 4 receivers out wide, bunched up, 3 bunched up. Conway takes a snap, looking for the short pass, airs it out, and that's going to be picked off! As that's Tyler Gaskin has his 2nd of the year, Agent Zero with the pick.
Agent Zero, Tyler Gaskin, comes up huge for this Pirates team with the interception last week to seal the game in the Pirates homecoming game against MacArthur, and he does it again early in the Long Beach game with 9:38 left to go.
That's a huge momentum swing for the Mepham Pirates. Now we'll see what they have to do. As Long Beach had penalties and an interception on that drive, Coach Martin really honed in on how penalties cannot happen if they want to win this game.
Yeah, 2 costly mistakes by both of these teams. One on the first drive for the Pirates and one on the second for the Long Beach Marines. And see what Adam Ehrlichman can do for this Pirates offense.
Now you have Ehrlichman, Weber in the backfield kind of as a fullback, and a Chan behind him. It's going to be a handoff to a Chan, and he gets met right away as that is tackle for loss from number 56, Timothy Miller.
Yeah, Miller, great job, gets in the backfield immediately. Valenia Chan gets stopped down there.
No surprise that Miller is getting in the backfield there. 2 sacks last week. That's just the type of player he is. So we'll see how the Mepham counters to that now. Maybe some quick screens to get some chunk yard now since it is 2nd and 12 with 9 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, great job there by the star edge rusher. Ehrlichman, see if Mancini will make them pass here. Go out to the receivers, McCabe and Fleming.
Ehrlichman takes a snap, drops back, looking downfield, feels the pressure, give it to Arion. Arion Cracky with yards to go. He's going, he's chugging, and he gets tackled down around the 22-yard line. That is a huge play. The mesh formation, the Pirates love to use that. Last week, they exposed a lot. It's almost like a pick, but they disguise it to the point where it's not an illegal pick, and the ref cannot call that. They have 2 receivers bunched up, running opposite ways, and another one setting a little curl route on the about 5 yards out to really cause confusion within the defense and generate plays like that, where you throw the ball only 4 yards downfield, but you're getting 25, 30 yards.
Yeah, great job there by Crocky. You had Fleming and Crocky wide open in that middle of the field. Marines having a little miscommunication there.
Ehrlichman looking for the quick pass, just takes it and runs with it, and it looks like he's going to pick up about 5 yards here.
Yeah, the sophomore QB showing off his legs there.
Yeah, a little more on the sophomore QB. Wasn't starting going into the season. He was getting time. They knew that he was going to be special. But last week, had to come in with a 2-minute drill in homecoming, tied 7-7, and he ran the drill 90 yards and got a touchdown. So that's huge. Coach Mancini, me and Lucas had a chance to talk to him. He said he thinks Ehrlichman's just going to get better every week, and we're seeing that here today right now.
Yeah, came in as a starter last game.
Jet sweep looks like, and that's going to be Eagleston. Eagleston bounces outside, gets the edge, and it looks like he's going to pick up 1 or 2 there on that jet sweep, making it around 3rd and 2.
Yeah, great job there by Eagleston, getting that edge sweep, setting up a good 3rd down for this Pirates team at 3rd and short.
Yeah, the wide receiver showing off his legs there.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't discredit that Long Beach, that corner trio, gang tackling him there down.
So now you have 3rd and 1. You have a Chan in the backfield still. Tyler Gaskin, Fleming on the right side, and you have Eagleson and McCabe out on the left. Big injury to Mikey Grizzard as he cannot play wide receiver today.
Looks like
there's going to be a blitz coming from the linebacker. Ehrlichman looks for the audible. The line shifts. D-line shifts over.
Like to see a big power run here to a Chan, the birthday man.
Yeah, 17th birthday today for a Chan. Ehrlichman snaps it, looking out wide, looking for Eagleson. Eagleson catches it, and that is going to be a touchdown Pirates. Lucas Eagleston gets on board first for the Mepham Pirates, and that is a huge play for the Mepham Pirates as to go up 7-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, great job there by Lucas Eagleston. The sophomore to junior connection. Adam Ehrlichman finds him that little out route, and he gets into the end zone.
You know, I think Dylan can agree with this. On that play, it looks like it's an easy throw from the regular eye, but up here you can really see that he had to get it over somebody's head to Eagleston and around two guys.
Yeah, that was just a great move there by Lucas Eagleston. You know, he's been Adam's favorite target this game, it looks like. So hopefully Lucas can keep it going this game so far.
And the extra point is good from All-State kicker Ryan Bayer, who hit a game-winning field goal on homecoming last week against MacArthur.
Yeah, can't talk short about Bayer, one of the best kickers in the county. And just trying to keep this up, this defense with a great stop last time, and just trying to do the same thing here.
And then once again, you know, this defense really bearing down last drive as they needed a turnover, and they got it. Quilty really honed in on how the defense has to deal with adversity, as I talked to James Quilty as well. He said, if we can deal with adversity, no one can beat us. So, you know, they were driving a little bit. They got those 2 penalties, and the next play, they got an interception, which was huge for that defense from Tyler Gaskin, second of the year. You know, that's big time.
Yeah, you can't understate here enough with this Pirates defense with James Quilty exactly. Charlie Conway. They still have their guys. The Long Beach Coach Martin trusts them and trying to keep that up there.
Yeah, based on the couple games this season, it seems like Long Beach has the best passing attack in the conference. So far the Pirates have slowed them down, but we'll see how that progresses the rest of the game as they have guys like Zach Silva and Charlie Conway, Brody Rydell, and just a bunch of really good guys on that offense where, you know, there's not even really a weakness as you watch their film.
That Mepham Pirates drive, you know, one of their key 3 keys to the game was play clean. That drive was a very clean drive, you know, not many problems on that drive.
Yeah, no penalties whatsoever. Looked like the routes were ran flawlessly and everything was drawn to a T, where obviously those play calls are looking to cause confusion in the defense. As here comes a return, and Genovese meets him big with a huge tackle to stop him on the 28-yard line.
This is a big momentum shift for this Pirates team as they're coming off on their first drive, and they get a big tackle there by Paulie Genovese on Jacob Burns.
As that looked like it was going to be a huge return for Long Beach, and Paulie Genovese kind of sets a tone, saying you might have got a few yards, but we're going to stop you hard and right now.
As Sharon Burns is now down on the ground.
And you hate to see that. You really do. Looking out onto the Long Beach offense now, you have their guys out there. You see Rydell, Conway is out there, the Mepham defense getting ready. You see Tyler Gaskin and Paulie Genovese, who made the huge tackle there.
Hopefully you just got the wind knocked out of him there.
Yeah, definitely. As you see Mikey Grizzard out on the far end of the field, he's got his glove on his hand as he's playing with a hurt finger right now. That's why you haven't seen him out wide at wide receiver.
Sure finger, broken pinky there for Mikey Grizzard.
That's just the type of player Mikey is. You know, if he can't do one thing, he's going to do another thing. He's going to do anything to help this team out and play. As the Long Beach players love to see that. Never want to see anybody get hurt.
Yes, Burns feels good, looks good. Trying to go out there for the second drive.
And even though it was a huge tackle, that was still a very good return for the Long Beach Marines, getting them up past the 25-yard line to the 27.
Yeah, and Conway in this offense, trying to find their rhythm here in their second drive.
Now we'll see how they answer to that Pirates touchdown. As it seems like Long Beach has answered very well to a lot of things this year, as that Garden City game they kept very close for a very long time.
Even though we did see that win versus MacArthur, Pirates playing in still cover one. We saw a lot of deep balls over the cornerbacks' heads. See if the Long Beach Marines can do that here.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a run up the middle, and it looked like he had room, but Tyler Kearney kind of dives in and makes a tackle alongside James Quilty.
Kearney, the 2 tackles, the defensive tackle and an offensive tackle. It's a straight stop there on the run stop.
As now, that's about a no-yard game. So that was Quilty and Kearney on the tackle. Kearney got up from the ground and was able to make a huge tackle right there.
Yeah, seeing Rydell with his helmet off, coming off the field here.
As yeah, he was not hurt on that play, but if your helmet comes off, you do have to come off for one play. As the Long Beach coach seems a little upset on the sideline.
Conway here.
As that's Conway's in the backfield.
That's Kanye Ray there, the backup running back.
Conway drops back, fakes a throw, looking downfield to Zach Silva. And Mepham makes a group tackle there on the side as Kehoe had the initial hit on him.
Yeah, Silva's fighting for every yard he can get there, and that's going to be about 5 yards on the out route to Zach Silva.
Yeah, Zach Silva really got to look for him, as that was Kehoe with the initial hit, and then Weber, Genovese, and Davidoff were on the tackle as they rally tackle, which is great to see from a defense. You know, one guy makes a hit, he shakes it off, and you have 3 guys right there after. That's exactly how you want a defense to be running.
Yeah, it's Rydell's coming back on the field here.
3rd and 4, we'll see if they get a little pass to Rydell here, as he's huge in the passing game, Coach Martin said.
Yeah, Zach Silva had 100 yards against Garden City in week 1, around 150 range, 50-yard return last week. He's a starting corner also.
Yeah, all-purpose yards, 100 yards last week, so that's not just running. He's incorporating the passing game huge, too. As the receiver's in motion. Conway with the snap, looking for Rydell. Grizzard's going to make the tackle, and he does make it, and he's going to be short, as that is 2-yard gain from Long Beach Marines, and Grizzard with a huge tackle there to stop him short.
Yeah, and that's just another great stop here by that Pirate defense. You have Grizzard with that broken finger. Doesn't matter. Makes a play on Rydell. They'll be seeing that a lot. Rydell coming out of the backfield, looking for that pass off Conway, and the Pirates do it again.
Yeah, you know, although they didn't get the first down, I really do like that play call from Coach Martin, as you know, he trusted one of his best guys to break a tackle there, and he just didn't get it done.
Yeah, great job there by the Pirates defense to get a stop.
Yeah, definitely. And here comes the punt, and it was blocked, and the Mepham coaches are telling them to zone out so nobody touches it. That's a huge block for the Mepham Pirates.
And that's going to set up in great field position here with 3 minutes left at the 45.
Yeah, that's huge, as now the Pirates are going to get the ball on the 45, like Lucas said. Coach Mazeika was very hyped up about that block punt.
Yeah, see what Ehrlichman and LeChan with this offense can do here for the Pirates.
Now, Ehrlichman back out there. Eagleston, who had the touchdown on that last drive. See if Mepham can broaden the lead to 14-0 before halftime, as Long Beach does get the ball after half. So a score here could be huge for the Pirates.
Yeah, Crocky out there in that big play to set them up in field position there.
Yep, Crocky in the slot once again. Ehrlichman goes to scramble, and he's sacked 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big play from the Long Beach front.
Yeah, great job there by Gavin Vincetti with a great sack there for the Long Beach Marines, and that sets them up with a 2nd and 12 here.
That's just a great, huge tone setter to the drive for the Long Beach Marines.
2nd and 12.
Now Mepham's looking at a 2nd and 12, as they got a pretty generous spot from the refs there.
Yeah, Ehrlichman trying to find this offensive rhythm here, as they do get a touchdown on the first drive. See what they can do again here. As you have 2 guys in motion.
Eagleston and Crocky out to the left, and you have Fleming on an island alone on the right. Let's see if they maybe go deep ball to Fleming here. Eagleston in motion. Snap. He's looking back, and it's going to be a slip screen to Chan, and the throw is not made. That's a tough throw to make. He's got to get it over the lineman.
Yeah, tough throw to make there. You got a bunch of 6-foot guys there running at your face. You just can't make that throw.
Yeah, Chan's kind of hidden behind them. Definitely do think that play call is a good play call, though. Definitely think that's a great play call for the Pirates, as I've seen that slip screen work many times so far this season and last season a lot in that deep playoff run. I saw that slip screen really work, so trying to use some of that magic from last year. And he gets slammed from his blind side as the edge rusher got out, and that's a huge sack for the Long Beach Marines.
Yeah, great job there by the Marines to get that sack there. And this is going to be 2 minutes left to play. Going into the 2-minute warning, they do have their 3 timeouts. Three timeouts left plus a 2-minute warning to make a big play with that Conway-led offense.
Yeah, definitely plenty of time. Kind of a missed opportunity from the Mepham Pirates there. As you know, they block a punt, they get great field position. And now the punt from Bayer. Bayer sends it deep to Silva. And it's fumbled! And it looks like Mepham has the football!
That's the 2nd turnover there for the Pirates. and they come up big on that. The special teams
That's
come up
Will
big.
Braun with the fumble recovery, number 52 there. That is a huge play for this Mebane Pirates, as their offense couldn't get it done on last drive, and they forced a fumble, and Will Braun with a huge recovery.
That special teams comes up big for the Pirates, and Ehrlichman's back out at the 25, excuse me.
As here's the replay. That's a huge initial hit from Paulie Genovese, the junior, as he forces the fumble. That is a big-time play from big-time players, and that's what you have to do if you want to win football games against a great Long Beach team.
Yeah, Paulie knocks that ball out. Braun recovers the fumble, and here we go again with Ehrlichman at the 25, around the 25-yard line.
Yep, Ehrlichman looking right around the 25, 26, and he takes a snap. He's dropping back to pass. He lets it loose downfield, and he's got a man, a little underthrown, and it's no good. There is a flag, though. They're calling PI.
That's going to be down there to Lucas Eagleston, as the refs are looking for PI on that play.
So that looks like it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. You know, Lucas, I can't say I agree with that call. I think that was good defense.
A little underthrown there by Ehrlichman.
Yeah, which actually is the only, if that wasn't underthrown.
As you see Ehrlichman coming out there for Patrick Cloudman.
Oh, so I think we know what's happening now.
Yeah, Pat. They usually run the ball here with Pat.
You can expect a run outside the tackles with Cloudman here. He's a shifty, great running quarterback. Had a huge 40-yard run last week to set the tone of the homecoming game.
You have a Chan in the backfield. You have Crocky out wide. Actually, you have Jack Weber and a Chan in the backfield. Both of them. Weber playing fullback.
Yeah, it looks like Weber's going to try and set a big block on the edge to stop, to get the run going for Cloudman. Cloudman snaps. He's running to outside. And looks like he's going to try and get the edge, and he's unable to, and it looks like he's going to get right back to the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, Cloudman just can't set the edge, and that the blockers cannot set the edge for that Pirates team. And now you're looking at a second and 10 here with the ball on the 11.
As it looks like Cloudman's going to stay out there. Seems like the Pirates are trying to run the clock down here before halftime and ensure points, as you have an all-state kicker, Ryan Bayer. So I'm sure they're fine. They want the 7, but if they have to take 3, they will take 3 going into halftime, going up 2 scores.
We'll see if Cloudman is trying to pass here.
Yeah, you don't see him out there for multiple plays at a time, so maybe they're going to switch something up, maybe a little screen, or maybe he's just handing it off to one of their great backs, Weber or Chan. And he is. He's handing off to a Chan, and Chan tries to get between the tackles, and it looks like he will pick up 3 or 4 there.
And I think that run is trying to set up Bayer here to get a free 3 points for this Pirates team.
Now it's going to be 3rd and 9, and it looks like Ehrlichman is going to come back on the field as the Pirates take a timeout.
Yeah, as you saw, Pirates trying to capitalize off that fumble recovery by Will Braun, knocking it up by Paulie Genovese, and now they're in the 10-yard line on 3rd and 6. What are you looking for here, Jake?
I'm looking for a pass right back to Lucas Eagleston. I'm looking for a little pick play here, finding something in the middle of the field, or having Eagleston flooding out to the sideline and having confusion in the middle of the field. Almost, they set up 4 wide receivers. Maybe they have a tight end out there or a running back in motion. Send all 4 guys, spread out within 8 yards of each other in the middle of the field. Have Eagleston sneak out to the outside and throw him a little jump ball in the end zone.
Yeah, you got to find your guy. Ehrlichman done this a lot. Threw a lot of jump balls in the homecoming game. Had that deep jump ball to Ryan McCabe. He came down with it.
Yeah, so maybe they even go to McCabe here. If they're looking for a jump ball, they're going to go to their tallest receiver and the most athletic guy, and that would be Ryan McCabe, standing at about 6'1", and he gets up. He jumps well.
You also have Fleming, who's in for the injured Mikey Gazzard, who's around 6'3", 6'2", and you're trying to get that ball to your big receivers on the
definitely.
edge.
We'll see if there's one-on-one coverage on the outside, and maybe Ehrlichman, goes away from his hot route here and picks up the one-on-one coverage and lets his receivers play.
Yeah, McCabe covered on the outside by Silva. Fleming on the other side.
As you see, there's 2 high safeties, so it looks like you're not going to get a one-on-one really out there on the outside. So it looks like the Mebane coach is actually changing the play here. So maybe that's what he saw too, the 2 high safeties there.
Yeah, Mazeika talking to his young quarterback.
Ehrlichman looking for the play. They got to hurry here. Ehrlichman takes a snap. Hands it off to a Chan, and a Chan is going to be stopped short. About 2 yards to go, 4th and 2 here, as Long Beach uses a timeout now.
Yeah, trying to save the clock there. This Long Beach team as Bayer comes on and trying to capitalize off this kick.
As now, Bayer's going to try and put it through the uprights and give them the 2-score lead right before halftime.
As it's going to be a timeout there. And for this Pirates team, You just got to make this kick here. It's an important one. Go up by 2 possessions, and with that Long Beach side of the ball, this offensive drive is going to be important. See if you can come up big with your kicker. Try to get some points.
Yeah, definitely. 45 seconds left on the clock. That's plenty of time for a Long Beach team with the passing attack they have. When you have a guy like Charlie Conway and guys like Zach Silva, 45 seconds can go pretty quick. When you get a 45-yard pass and you get out of bounds, now you're already on the other side of the field,
Yeah, you can also use Brody Rydell also out there. We've seen that a lot of plays where Rydell comes out of the backfield on a little flat.
Yeah.
Try to use him. Try to make him go for the yards after contact.
And that's the guy, you saw it earlier, he wasn't able to break that tackle, but you do look for a guy like that where it's almost like he's going to make one guy miss almost every play.
Yeah, it's important for those guys, and Bayer comes down the field here.
Now you have your All-State kicker, Ryan Bayer, who was perfect week 1 in extra points and field goals. And now he's 1 for 1 today on the extra point. Cloudman is the holder here. Bayer sets out 3 steps back, 2 to the left. Looks right around 23-yard field goal here. And it's a timeout, Mepham.
No, sorry, it's going to be a flag.
A flag, and they're moving back, it seems.
That's going to be a flag there. Full start. They're going to move back 5 yards.
So that's a flag on the Pirates, which shouldn't be a problem for Bayer as he has a big leg on him, and he should be good, but that is definitely big, makes the kick harder.
Bayer here.
Now it's going to be a 27-yard field goal now.
27-yarder here for Bayer.
Bayer puts it up, and it's good. And now Mepham goes up 10-0 with 40 seconds to go in the half.
Great job there by Ryan Bayer to put this Pirates team up by 2 possessions.
40 seconds.
You have 40 seconds here for this Marines offense. Trying to make something happen. Look, you're going to return this out of the backfield. You're trying to make a big return here for the Marines.
Yeah, we'll see what Bayer's game plan here is, if he tries to put it really deep or if he tries to go with his natural squib kick that he usually goes with.
Trying to waste the clock down here for the Marines of this Pirate special teams. You have Burns, the return man. Trying to bring it out.
Now Bayer's going to kick it off. I think the most important thing here for Long Beach is that they don't turn the ball over again.
Yeah, it's important for this team. 2 turnovers in a row. It's not looking good for this Marines offense so far. Trying to make a statement drive here. See if you can have a big two big plays, set yourself up for a good field goal kick or even a touchdown.
Yeah, 100%. I think that you got to be able to hold on the ball here, because if you give the ball away here and you're going down 3 scores at halftime, that's just a huge difference compared to 2. 2 scores really isn't that bad when you're getting the ball. You score a touchdown, you're about 3 points. Now Bayer, get it ready, and he boots it away, and it looks like he is going to go try and put this deep as it gets to around the 15-yard line. And he fumbles the ball, but he's going to recover it and make a man miss, and Fleming comes in, and it's going to end up being a nice tackle by the Mepham Pirates, as now they're on the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it's not what you want there if you're Coach Martin. Burns muffed the punt, recovers it, but he only gets around 5 yards.
Now, that's probably the worst thing you could see there while keeping the ball. Now you're on the 15-yard line with 32 to go, Lucas. What's your game plan? Do you try and get points, or you just keep the ball safe and run it with Rydell?
I think you try to find Rydell in a little screen pass. You've seen a lot of them do that. Try to do that. You try to get some yards after contact, or you throw it up to your star receiver, Zach Silva.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Martin here, I'm sticking going with a screen pass Rydell or a halfback draw. I don't think it's worth throwing an interception or putting that in jeopardy on the 15-yard line with 32 seconds to go.
Yeah, you saw that twice, and the interception and the fumble.
As they have 3 out wide, 2, 1 in the slot, and somebody's in motion, and that's what it is. It's going to be a halfback draw to Rydell, and he's going to pick up 5 or 6 yards there.
Rydell's a guy who just fights and fights and fights, taking down Mike Quilty there.
As now the clock is running, Long Beach is going to call timeouts. That's probably going to be the end of the half.
See if Long Beach will run a play here. Not expecting them to. Long Beach is going to take this to the halftime. And Jake, going to halftime, This Long Beach offense has got to come out. They got to be aggressive. They're going to get the ball at half. They've got to be aggressive with that passing attack.
Yeah, they got to come out firing in the second half. You know, that's an ideal first half for the Mepham Pirates as they go up. As they go up by 10 to start that half. That's a huge start for the Pirates, and that's your ideal half.
Yeah, this Pirates offense is looking good. And trying to keep that out there.
So yeah, definitely, that's big time. As the Pirates are going into the locker room. As that's an ideal first half, like we said, 10 points, up by 2 scores. Now, what will their defense do to start the half? Will they get a big stop, or will they let that Long Beach offense?
Let this Long Beach offense go.
As the Pirates are going in the locker room to talk things over. Not much to talk about.
Not much to talk about there. That defense comes up huge for them.
Yeah, 100%. You know, the interception, the fumble recovery, I mean, can't get much better than that on defense. And the offense was able to make moves.
As we're going to send over to Sophia Whitaker with Coach Mancini.
Mazeika.
Hi, I'm Sophia Whitaker, and I'm here with Coach Mazeika. What has been working well for your team so far?
I think we've done a pretty good job limiting, they're a pretty explosive offense, and I think we've done a good job, keeping guys in front of us and, tackling defensively. Offensively, we're starting to string some plays together. We made a couple big plays in the past game, and I think that's kind of given us some momentum, going into halftime.
Very well. And what do you plan on telling the boys in the locker room?
I'm sorry?
What do you plan on telling the boys in the locker room?
Yeah, just got to keep doing what we're doing. It's a new half, 0-0. We just worry about, one play at a time and just, having better effort than them.
Thank you, and I'm Sophia Whitaker, heading it back up to the studio.
Welcome to the halftime show. I'm Oliver Mattis, sitting beside
Dylan Wigdor.
So, Dylan, do you mind telling me what you liked about this first half?
Yes, the offense for Mepham was going crazy so far. 10 points in the first half. Lucas Eagleston and Adam Ehrlichman connected for a touchdown pass, and they also got a field goal at the end of the half.
So, on the topic of Mepham, I'd like to discuss the keys and see how well they've been implementing them so far. So with Mepham, their first key was to play clean. I'd say they've been doing a pretty good job of that so far. They've been limiting penalties, they've been limiting flags, and with key number 2, limit big plays. I mean, with the big plays they've had, they've been doing a great job. Limiting Long Beach big plays, they've been doing a phenomenal job with that, as the score right now is 10-0. And their key number 3, stronger effort. They've been looking phenomenal out there. They've just been doing that. I think they've been sticking to the keys extremely well. You had Tyler Gaskin, who had that huge interception. We know he had that interception during that homecoming game, and just to see him have another one, that's incredible. That just shows how much effort this Mepham team is willing to put. And Dylan, would you mind telling me how you think Long Beach has been doing with their keys?
Long Beach, their keys of the game so far was to protect the football. They have not been doing that. They have had fumbles this game so far, play field position, and limit penalties. There's been a lot of flags on the ground so far for both teams. They have to figure out a way to cancel them out.
And with protecting the football, we know for this Long Beach team on a return, we saw that fumble, which resulted in Ryan Barrett being able to kick that field goal. So you got to wonder, going forward, how is this Long Beach team going to try and prevent these fumbles? We've seen 2 so far, and they have resulted in a Mepham touchdown. So what do you think they're going to try and do to prevent this from happening in the future?
Well, for sure, holding onto the ball tighter, because you got to make sure to hold that football so it doesn't get loose. Zach Silva has had a great game so far for Long Beach and had 100 yards in the first week and about a 50-yard return last week. He's a starting corner as well. He's been great so far for Long Beach.
Zach Silva, we've seen throughout this game, has been doing the best he can. He's been really productive, I think, so far throughout this whole game for this Long Beach team. Just unfortunately, no touchdowns have resulted from his efforts, but we've been seeing how hard he's working. We know this Long Beach team is determined to try and fight back in this game.
Yeah.
Do you mind telling me what other players you've noticed that have been doing exceptionally well this game?
Well, Jerron Burns, Mepham has caused them to not get many returns so far. He got the wind knocked out of him earlier. He was on the ground. Luckily, he's okay, but had a very nice tackle last week against Glen Cove as a replay.
I also want to point out Michael Grizzard, who has a pinky injury, but we still saw on the field, and he actually got a huge tackle on Silva earlier. That just shows how dedicated this Mepham team is. You know, you got a player who's slightly injured, still making these big plays. You want to expand upon that?
Yes, Tyler Gaskin, he was a big player so far, along with injuries for the other team. And Adam Ehrlichman started the first quarter, as there's a replay here. Great tackle there by the Mepham defense as they stopped the run very quickly. Along with the sophomore QB, Adam Ehrlichman, was a JV starter last year, came in as a starter last game during homecoming. You know, he has a lot of promise so far.
Ehrlichman has done a phenomenal job so far. And then later on in the second quarter, we saw Patrick Cloudman come in, and you know, he was a big reason why Mepham was able to get that extra 3-point right there. So we've seen 2 quarterbacks so far with this Mepham team. They've been doing a great job so far. Like, you know, it can be difficult sometimes when you change your quarterback because I feel like that's like the leader of the group. But they've still been able to play so well with that. Just mind expanding upon that?
Yeah, so, you know, the QB is the leader of the team. You know, they run up all the plays, so you have to trust your QB. So with all of these 3 guys, they trust each other. The team has to trust one another. As there's a replay here of a great throw there by the QB for Long Beach. And there was an interception there as well.
You know, just phenomenal play right there. You know, this Mepham team has been doing a phenomenal job keeping up with what they've been wanting to do. You can't really expect more from what this Mepham team has been doing. And I'd like to give a little shout out to Morning Announcements. Airs every single Friday. You get to see a lot of familiar faces around the BMB. So make sure you always stay tuned in the mornings for BMB's very own Morning Announcements every Friday.
Yes, the familiar faces. You're on there, aren't you?
I might have a couple of appearances sometimes, but let's continue talking about this football game.
Yes.
So what would you like to talk about next?
You know, just both teams, there's not been any dirty plays so far. You know, the refs have been keeping that under control, which I love to see. You know, scuffles may happen, it's football, but you got to keep them under control.
Speaking of keeping under control, let's take a quick little look at this replay right here, where we see huge play right there. That was the fumble that I was talking about that ended up resulting in that field goal. You know, something you don't want to see happen to Long Beach. That's just not ideal right there. But what Long Beach has been doing exceptionally well so far is stopping Lenny Achan from running. We knew before going into this game how big of a deal Lenny was going to be in this running game, but Long Beach has just been doing a phenomenal job of stopping him. We've seen so many plays where we just see Lenny maybe get 1 or 2 yards, maybe even pushed back. You know, so this Long Beach team is doing a phenomenal job on defense. They have given up 10 points so far, but they're still very much in this game, and it could also go either way.
Yeah, Lenny. Speaking on Lenny Achan, you know, he's the starting running back, 30 carries, 209 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the year so far. He's looking to add more during this game. Let's see if he can.
I'm very excited to see what Lenny can do throughout this game. And we do know that this game is extremely important. We have the power-ranked number 2 Mepham Pirates up against the power-ranked number 3 Long Beach team. Mepham is 2-0, Long Beach is 1-1. We know how important this game is going to be. We know what the stakes are. And it can go either way so far. Do you want to dive into how deep this game really means to both sides?
Yeah, especially for the conference. Mepham is 2-0 in their conference so far. They're looking to hold on to that so they can get good playoff position. You know, so hopefully they can. Tom Mazeika pushing their Pirates hard. We also got Long Beach. They're 1-1 in their conference. Scott Martin is pushing their Long Beach team hard. So you have to make sure that you're in a good spot for Long Beach.
Exactly. And, you know, looking at this Long Beach team, you know, they did start off with a loss to Garden City. They lost 31-16. But it was a very close game, you know, especially having to go up against Garden City, who has not lost a game in 56 games in a row. They've won 56 games in a row. And then they bounced back. They beat Glencoe 41-0. That is just a huge momentum boost and such a huge bounce back. And just it looks like they're trying to implement that momentum into this game, but this Mepham defense has just been preventing that from happening no matter what. Like we saw Tyler Gaskin with that interception. That was a huge Mepham momentum boost right there.
Yes, I agree. And Tom Mazeika, the coach for Mepham, he wants everyone to stay composed. This is a close game so far. It's 10-0. You know, anything can happen in a second half. I've seen many different games go on, and sometimes they blow a lead. So Mepham has to make sure to keep that lead intact.
I definitely agree with what you're saying right there. Consistency is key. We know stronger effort, that third key for Mepham. I think that very much intertwines with consistency and momentum. You want to keep going. You want to keep doing what you're doing well. Mepham has been playing well throughout the whole game. So I think being able to keep up with that consistency and keeping on, showing that how strong of an effort for each play, that's going to drive this Mepham offense and defense to victory. For Long Beach, they've had some unfortunate turnovers, some unfortunate fumbles, but you can't give up on that. Now, I know it isn't necessarily part of their key, but you still got to bounce back up and move forward. You can't just dwell on the past. If they resulted in turnovers and touchdowns and extra points, it's 10-0, but it's still an incredibly close game. It's anyone's game, like you said before.
Yeah, I agree 100% about that. Scott Morton is making sure that this team has to give a good speech during halftime so they can come back, have a good, relentless effort, and keep it going against Mepham.
And I know during the pregame show, I had mentioned James Quilty, and we saw some clips of James Quilty talking. He's had some pretty good plays so far as well. He's keeping up with that consistency of constantly getting tackles and plays. So that's part of what I was talking about before with momentum and consistency. You see James Quilty just coming back again and again, making these huge tackles that are really important. Every single play is important. No play is not important.
Yeah. And one guy that stands out to me this game is Brody Rydell. He has been catching the ball, he's running the ball, he's doing everything for this Long Beach team.
I could not agree anymore with you. Rydell has been driving this Long Beach offense. But right here, we see this Mepham defense snuffing down this Long Beach return. And they've been stopping Rydell pretty well. We've seen some long drives by Rydell. We've seen some long plays made by Rydell, which resulted in good yardage. But overall, this Mepham defense has been doing a great job of containing Rydell, Silva. We saw Silva actually get the wind knocked out of him a little bit, but he was able to bounce right back up. And I'd like to give a quick little shout out to Film Fest. It's only on the BMB YouTube channel. 9-shot film is going to be quite interesting. I think everyone should watch that. It's going to be very fun to watch.
My thing might be on there, Ollie.
Could be.
Who knows?
Who knows? But as I was saying, with Silva being able to, that stuck with me a lot when I saw that. When Silva got knocked down and we had that injury delay, but then he got back up, and then he immediately got the ball again and was just trying to rush through. And you saw him get back up after that next play with so much energy and just excitement. That says a lot for who he is as a player, but also as a leader. You get down and you get back up and you immediately get the next play to try and drive this team forward after being down. That says a lot about character.
Speaking of leaders, Long Beach, they need their leaders to come out and support them, lead the charge. You're down 10, but anything can happen, especially when you have the right group of guys leading the way.
I totally agree with you right there. It's a little bit tough, being Long Beach in this situation, because you've had throughout this whole game this Mepham defense being able to contain Silva, Rydell throughout this whole game. You got to wonder, any moment can shift the momentum. If those fumbles didn't happen, could we still be in a 0-0 game? We could potentially be tied going into the second half. You never know. Every single play is huge. And turnovers like that are stuff that you don't want to see happen. Fumbles like that are stuff you don't want to see happen.
I agree. Every play counts, It can cause the game to change. It could cause the whole aspect of your year to change for your football team.
And with Ryan Baer being able to get that field goal at the end, to get those extra 3 points, to make it 10-0, adds a nice little cushion to what you have. Because, if you give up a touchdown, you give up the extra point, it's 10-7, and then you get the ball back. Ryan Baer has been consistent throughout his whole career. 3 years so far. He's gotten better every single year, his coach has said. That's the guy that you want every single time you're kicking a field goal. and he's been extremely consistent with that, and that's exactly what Mepham needs this game, as it's very close.
Yes, on the topic of Mepham Pirates, we've seen 2 quarterbacks in for them so far. Will we see a third this game?
I think we could see a third so far. We saw Patrick Cloudman come in at the end of the second quarter, towards the end right there. Ehrlichman did a phenomenal job in the first quarter, and then in like half of like the second quarter, he was able to help get those first 7 points, and we saw Cloudman come in, we saw the fumble occur. So I think Cloudman's going to have to drive on this momentum that Ehrlichman built and keep the momentum going forward and drive this Mepham team to get more points in order to gain a bigger lead.
Yeah, so Ryan Radicone, the QB that has not played yet, he has stepped up as a leader for this team. He's a hard worker, which shows in practice and games when he plays, so hopefully QBs can just keep on playing well.
Do you think we're going to see Radicone come in maybe in the third quarter or fourth?
I do think so, because the coach loves his QBs. He has trust in all of them. I believe that he will see all 3 of them this game.
And I know I talked about this in the pregame show with having QBs and different leaders. They've all been seeming to do so well so far. Even though Cloudman hasn't had the same amount of playing time as Ehrlichman so far, it still seems he's done a great job of being a leader and just driving this Mepham offense forward and forward, not giving up, just keep on going forward. And I think we might see Cloudman start in the third quarter, and then maybe we might see Radicone come in later, just like how we saw with Ehrlichman and then Cloudman. This Mepham team has been doing great so far, and I really wonder what we're going to see throughout the rest of this game.
Yes, for sure.
I'm really excited to see, because this Long Beach team is down, but they're not out.
That is true.
They're down but not out, and momentum plays a huge factor right now. Mepham has all the momentum right now. Are they going to drive that forward? Are they going to keep on being consistent with that and keep on getting these great plays and stops on Long Beach? This Long Beach offense has been getting stopped over and over and over again.
Yeah, the thing about halftime, it can cool off your team. Hopefully they can still bounce back from this. Hopefully they can keep it going for Mepham, and Long Beach, hopefully they lose all of their energy and they come back.
You got to wonder, during halftime, are you going to review your 3 keys that you started beforehand? Because what I thought earlier was these 3 keys for both sides honestly balanced each other out. They seemed pretty equal. They looked like they were on sort of the same page. And you got to wonder, are they going to continue that into the second half? And we're going to send it down over to Sophia.
And I'm here with Coach Martin. You guys had a rough first half. What do you guys plan to do to improve?
I think it was a defensive battle the first half, and the score is 2 turnovers. We had a turnover, they scored a touchdown. We had another turnover, they scored a field goal. So we got to do a better job protecting the ball, hopefully get a few turnovers on our end, and see if we can attack them a little deep. So we got to try and get a score real quick in this half.
Okay, and what did you tell the team during the halftime?
We told them that we're playing a good football game. We're playing pretty even, but we're just making some mistakes. So the turnovers, obviously, and then the penalties on offense. We got to make them corrections. Other than that, we're playing good. So we got to go back and play the same way and just correct those mistakes and maybe make some big plays.
And I'm Sophia Whitaker, sending it back to the booth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. As we're getting ready to start this second half here, Pirates will be kicking it off to the Marines as Pirates still lead 10-0 over the Marines. Brandon, what did you see in that first half?
Yeah, I saw it was a pretty clean game. Well, not clean in the sense that both teams committed turnovers. So it wasn't clean in that sense, but it was clean in the sense there wasn't really any big plays. As you saw, there wasn't any plays for over 30 yards, so both teams were able to limit the big plays.
Yeah, I think that could be something to keep an eye out, as neither team has taken a shot truly at the deep ball. Both teams have been playing one high safety, but neither team has attacked that. Also, the biggest strength for the Marines in that first half was the defensive line shutting down a Chan and all the run game and forcing those fumbles and no gains.
Yeah, shutting down a Chan is not easy, but they were able to do it there as Bayer is getting ready for the kickoff.
As back for the Marines, it'll be Burns and Silva. Bayer making sure his teammates are ready, as getting ready to line up and boot this ball away. As Bayer now, as that ball is up, good kick there. That one will be caught there by Burns. Burns trying to break it outside as Burns upfield. Burns past his 30 as he'll be tackled there. So good starting field position for the Marines out of this half.
Yeah, very impressive return by Burns. You saw he got lot of breakaway speed. He muffed it at first. He was able to recover himself and get it into a gain.
Yeah, but the thing to really keep an eye on for this Marines team, towards the end, you started to see more of it working, but the Lydell runs, one of the stars of this Marines offense, hasn't really been a big factor yet today. As the Marines now starting from the 32, 1st and 10, it'll be Conway in the shotgun here.
Yeah, Rydell in the back with him.
As a late motion there as Conway takes the snap as it looks like to be whistled for a false start on the far end of the field.
Yeah, you saw just jumped on the O-line. The motion might have messed them up a little bit.
As a little confusion there, it looked between the QB's snap count and his O-lineman. As not the way the Marines pictured starting this second half. 1st and 15 now from the 27-yard line.
Especially since one of the keys of the game was to limit penalties for the Marines. That is not going to help them starting it off with a penalty and having to deal with the 1st and 15.
At the Marines lineup again, trying to bounce back from that penalty, it'll be Conway in the shotgun. Rydell to the side of him as a motion there, and a low snap there, bobbled by Conway, and the Pirates able to capitalize there as big sack for the Pirates as Weber able to come up.
Yeah, the messed up punt definitely played a part in that. He had no time, and the blind side was able to get the sack.
Yes, Weber, one of the true super athletes of this team, committed to Penn State for lacrosse, really showing off his speed that he shows off in the open field for lacrosse.
Yeah, he's a very good defenseman on lacrosse. I've played with lacrosse with him, and he would shut down anyone.
Agreed. As 2nd and 22 here for the Marines on their own 20. Big play after moving backwards on the first 2 plays. As it'll be Conway in the shotgun, drops back, tries to take the shot there, jump ball there, and that one looks like it'll be brought down by the Pirates. As the Pirates needed that key turnover to capitalize, as it'll be
Keogh with the pick right there. It bobbled at first, but then he was able to keep 1 foot in, and since it's high school, that's a pick. That is a huge play right there by him. At first, it looked like Silva was open, but he's able to get that lurk.
As you've seen now, the 2 times the Marines tried to open up the field and get that deep ball going, it ended up being Kehoe and also Gaskin coming away with those key interceptions. Pirates starting at the Marines 37-yard in a great position to come away with some points here.
Gaskin also had the game-sealing pick last week.
As now we're going to send it over to Sophia Whitaker.
Hi, I'm Sophia Whitaker, and after the first possession in the second half, the Muffin Pirates just got an interception. Long Beach started off with the ball, and the quarterback, Charlie, did a great job, but luckily, sadly enough, that the quarterbacks got an interception. Now we're in the middle of the first half, and Muffin Pirates are leading 10-0. Now I'm sending it back to the booth.
Thank you, Sophia. As it's 2nd down and 8 here for the Pirates. Ehrlichman takes the snap. Low throw to Eagleston, able to come up with it, and just corralled by a group of Marines.
Yeah, the ball came out at the end there, but it went out of bounds. We are going to be in line for a 3rd down and medium.
As the Marines trying to come up with a big stop after turning the ball over and erase that turnover completely. Here's a replay of that interception there. Kehoe able to come up there and make that leaping catch.
Yeah, beautiful play right there. The ball was bobbled and then still able to keep possession and keep his feet in bounds.
As a big play for both sides of the ball. Pirates trying to keep the momentum off that interception, and the Marines trying to get back what they lost on that turnover. 3rd down and 7 for the Pirates from the 33. It'll be Ehrlichman in the shotgun as he takes the snap and drops back. Pressure there, gets it off to Eagleston. Eagleston breaks that 1 tackle and he's going. Eagleston inside the 20 now, able to pick up the big 1st down.
What a play by Eagleston. That was going to be a no gain where they might have had to just go for it because that's not in field goal range. Instead, they get the 1st down. They are in the red zone at the 20.
As Eagleston seems to be filling the empty spot of Grizzard today with that receiver catching it. And a high snap there by Ehrlichman. Picked up to Echan as he'll be still moving forward, fighting through the contact for a gain of a couple.
That's what Mazeika was talking about. Stronger effort. That is a strong run right there for 5 yards. It might only be 5 runs, but the whole team was pushing him, getting that from about 3 yards to 5.
Yeah, 2nd down and 5 here from the 20. Pirates high snap yet again. Ehrlichman able to find McCabe there. And the ball looks to be out there, waiting for the ref's signal whether or not he actually truly caught the ball for it to be a turnover.
The ref is thinking right now. There's no calling yet.
And still waiting for the ref's signal here whether or not it was, as it'll be signaled as no fumble, as it'll be Pirates ball.
Definitely an interesting play, but it's going to, clock still running. They're ruling it a catch, and it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, the Pirates today have been strongly using those underneath and screen passes. 3rd down and 4 from the 15. Ehrlichman in a big situation here. Achana in the backfield. As the Marines maybe will bring a blitz here, see if the Pirates can pick it up. As Ehrlichman gets the snap. Marines bring pressure. He dumps it off to Achan. Achan makes a couple miss as he's pushing for the goal line, waiting for the referee's signal as he will be down.
Down at the 1. Beautiful play. Coach Mazeika knew the blitz was coming, so he runs a beautiful executed screenplay.
Yeah, great awareness by Ehrlichman and also the Pirates O-line, able to pick up that blitz, let those free runners go, and open up the field, as it'll be 1st and goal at the 1 for the Pirates.
Cloudman in at quarterback.
As Cloudman takes the snap, as he looked to find an opening, pushing forward, waiting for the ref signal, and it'll be touchdown Pirates as Cloudman comes in and able to capitalize. It'll be 16-0 away in the extra point for the Pirates.
Yeah, very nice play right there by Cloudman. He is a great runner, giving that QB power for the score. Bayer getting it ready for the PAT.
Yes, as yet again, a stronger effort for the Pirates as Cloudman pushed through bodies. As now we're here joined by Sean Damiano. Sean?
That was just a great play from Cloudman there. Here's Bayer for the extra point. It's going to be up and good.
As we'll have a couple whistles here, see if there was a flag, maybe a re-kick. And here's just a replay of Cloudman finding that opening and pushing his way through to come through for that touchdown.
There's a little confusion on the play right here. It looks like they're going to do a re-kick.
As still 16-0 Pirates. Bayer lining up for the extra point as Cloudman will be there to hold. And the hold and the kick is up and it'll be good there. 17-0. Pirates lead the Marines.
Yeah, this is definitely a spot where the Long Beach Marines will have to dig deep. They desperately need a score right here, down by 3 possessions.
Yeah, having Bayer's leg out there is definitely good for some of these plays, which is one of the good reasons why the Pirates are up 17-0 right now. He's able to get those extra points and those field goals when they're needed, and the Marines definitely have to dig deep for this next quarter and a half as they are down 17-0 getting this kickoff.
Yes, as the Pirates ended up being able to capitalize on that another turnover they forced, as it'll be the Pirates kicking it back. And you could just see how they just want to keep the foot on the gas and just keep playing their game up 17-0 and just keep playing with that same intensity. As will be Bayer coming out here with his team, getting ready to kick it off here.
The Long Beach assistant coach is spending a long time right here discussing what they want to do. He has to keep his players motivated. It could seem very desperate, but it's still only 3 possessions. If you force a turnover, this game can be just like that, tied up.
As here we see the Marines making a switch on their kickoff team, as now it'll be Lydell back there as one of the return men instead of Silva. So it'll be Burns and Lydell as Bayer lining up for the kick, and that kick is up and away, and that one will go right to Lydell as he picks it up inside his own 5. Lydell trying to find his room as Lydell breaks a couple tackles. Still going. Lydell now up to the 30. As the Marines did exactly what they wanted on that long kick inside the 5. Good return there by Lydell to give the Marines good field position to respond to the Pirates score.
That's good play there. Marines putting out Lydell on that kick return. You see his speed at the running back position here. Good return, setting them up around the 30-yard line. Now they're looking to make a big impact on defense.
Definitely good speed right there. Rydell has been held at shore this game. He desperately needs to get going if this Long Beach team wants to score.
As Conway and his offense back out there, it'll be Conway making sure all his guys are in the right positions as he motions Silva out last second. Conway in the shotgun here. Rydell lined up next to him. Late motion again here. It's Conway with time here. Able to complete it to Silva, but not long after. Tackle made by the Pirates.
Great play by Kehoe once again, getting that instant tackle. Kehoe has been all over, just got the pick, and now just got the tackle.
As time running here, 7:05 left in this third quarter. 2nd and 6 for the Marines. Marines just worry about one play at a time and worry about getting those points back one at a time and not overthink this situation. As it'll be Conway in the shotgun again. Same formation, Rydell out wide. As Pirates maybe bring an extra guy to blitz as Quilty backs off last second. Conway drops back there, rolls out, looking for his receiver on the run. Conway, as it'll be off the hands there and fall incomplete. And that one was intended for Hayes, who had a big catch earlier. As it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Marines.
And, you know, as I saw in that first play of the drive, these small plays, even if they don't show much impact at first, they could build up over time and lead them downfield.
Yeah, I certainly agree. The Pirates started this game off with a 4-yard carry. And if you think about it, if you have 4 yards every play, you will score every time. And that's what you have to do. You're not going to score a 17-point touchdown, but you can claw your way back into this game.
That's a big 3rd down here for the Marines. 3rd down and 7 on their own 34. Could maybe be a potential 4-down territory depending on 4th down attempt depending on how many yards they pick up here.
Yeah, at their own 35, I would not be shocked if they're going for it down by 3 scores.
Conway in the shotgun. Rydell lined up there. Pirates maybe going to bring pressure here as Conway pump fakes one, rolls out. As Pirates bringing pressure there and able to get Conway down there.
Genovese with a great play right there. 4th down. We will see Long Beach looking like they're going to go for it, keeping their offense out here.
As Genovese with another big tackle today. As it looks to be as the Marines look to be debating what they will be doing here on 4th down and 8 on their own 32. It looks to be a punt.
Sean, do you think we could see a fake punt right here with a 4th and 8?
You know, it's definitely a chance. I mean, down 17 points in the third quarter, going for a fake punt wouldn't exactly be the worst idea, but with this kind of field position, if you're going to mess that one up, give it to Mepham this close, especially with Bayer at kicker, it couldn't exactly be a best idea. Just got to see the execution.
As you saw, a long conversation there by the punt team. We'll see if they fake it. As a very high snap, almost over the punter's head, as Genovese nearly able to block that one. And that one will bounce as Genovese look to be made a little contact there with the punter. That one will be down at the 34.
And there's a flag on the play. It might be roughing the punter as it is right there. Genovese made a little contact right there. This could be a huge play if it is indeed on the Pirates.
You know, having that high snap there for the punter really hit the tone, but we're going to see where the ball's going to be for Mepham after this with this flag.
As they'll call running into the kicker there. So no automatic 1st down as it'll be Pirates ball just moved back.
Yeah, the difference between running into the kicker and roughing the kicker is roughing is 15 yards and results in 15 yards of gainage. A 10-yard is running the kicker where you go 10 yards backwards instead of having the ball still.
As the Pirates looking to just keep doing what they're doing. Starting a little further back than they wanted with that penalty.
That was still a great play by the Long Beach punter, though. He had a high snap he had to deal with, and he still got a great boot off.
As Ehrlichman in there, quarterback, getting ready here. Ehrlichman in the shotgun.
And if Mepham's able to keep the consistency that they've had throughout this game, getting that offense down the field, getting near or into the end zone, they might be able to hold off Long Beach long enough to starve away any comebacks anytime soon.
As the refs just letting everybody know what's going on. 1st and 10 for the Pirates at their own 29.
Pirates probably going to try to chew all the clock away and have as little time left for the Marines.
As Ehrlichman takes the snap and hands it right off and just pushing forward through contact of the Pirates.
H.N. with a great run up the middle, 5 yards. They're going to probably waste the 40 seconds and just play keep away.
Yeah, so that time will keep running. 2nd and 4 at the 35. 5:10 to go in this third quarter here.
And with A-Chain burning this clock, you got to see first downs. That's just what you need. You got to get down the field, make sure you can waste as much clock as possible. Even if you end up punting, you just got to make sure that there's not enough time to see that comeback. Mem wants to win.
As a big tackle there by the Marines, exactly what they needed when they needed it. As that'll be Galino with the tackle there for a loss to bring up 3rd down for the Pirates.
Pirates had 2 in the backfield for that play. This time they're subbing in Eberman for wide receiver. 3rd down and 7. This is a pivotal play. Marines desperately need to get the ball back.
Yeah, crucial play here for the Pirates. Much needed conversion to keep the momentum after last stop. 3rd and 7 on their own 32. Time still running, 4:15 left. Pirates making sure everyone's on the same page. It'll be Ehrlichman in the shotgun. As Ehrlichman takes the snap, rolls out, makes the throw on the run, and a diving catch by McCabe. Looks to be just short of the marker, but a very close call by the refs. He seems to have
They have it as a 4th and 1. Pirates looking to go for it, most likely. And then they re-rule it.
As it'll be a big first down for the Pirates there. As McCabe able to come away with that catch.
Yeah, just got the first down at first. I thought he was a little short, to be honest, at first, but they rule it a 1st down and 10.
As 3:29 left, it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Pirates from their own 39.
Just a great effort on that catch, keeping the drive going. Obviously a very slim first down, but as long as you get it, you can keep going with the drive.
As Eagleston lined up out wide, as there'll be a handoff there. Able to shake one, and the Marines just keep on staying strong on that defensive line, stopping the Pirates' run.
Yeah, the run game has gone nowhere for the Pirates this game. They've almost gone backwards most, as that was a loss of 4. I would not be surprised if they try a Chan screen again. It worked last time in the red zone, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again.
Yeah, could it be Eagleston's time yet again on those screens as you see him lined up with 2 other receivers next to him and McKay being pressed at the other side of the screen as Ehrlichman drops back, able to hit Eagleston there for 1, and Rydell with a huge tackle there. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Pirates.
And you can see on that first play, even with A-Kane getting tackled in the backfield for loss, he's fighting for every yard this game. Even if he's not able to go many places, he's still putting up an effort.
Definitely putting up that effort. 3rd and extremely long. The Pirates might just want to run it here, waste as much clock, and then put themselves in a punting position.
As under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 15 from their own 34. Interesting to see what the Pirates will call here.
Just under 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
As Pirates getting lined up here. Ehrlichman takes the snap, drops back, time, and it'll fall just wide of his receiver, intended for Fleming. 4th and 15. Looks to be a punt for the Pirates and a big stop for the Marines.
A little miscommunication with Fleming and Ehrlichman there. You saw Ehrlichman threw the ball, or Fleming turned a little late. A little miscommunication for that incompletion.
As a big possession coming up here for the Marines, trying to kickstart it with a good punt return. As it'll be Hayes back there to return, getting ready, lining up inside his own 40. And that one's booted away there. As it'll be bouncing in favor of the Marines, as they'll be down at the 40.
Bayer barely got that kick away. That was very close to being a disastrous play for the Pirates with a block. But getting that punt away, all Mepham has to do is just play field position.
as 1:25 to go in this third quarter. Big possession for the Marines. They got that crucial stop that they needed. Now they need to capitalize.
And with this good field position, we'll be able to see if this offense, if this run game, including Conway at quarterback, we'll be able to see if they can possibly drive down the field, end this shutout soon.
As the Marines starting 1st and 10 on their own 42, sending Silva out wide here, guarded by Gaskin. Late motion there as it'll be Conway dropping back. Conway avoids one defender as that one will be just off the hands there and fall incomplete.
That is a costly drop there from Donahue.
Yeah.
Could have been a good play, but sometimes you just don't get the right hands on the ball. This will set them up for 2nd and 10.
Yeah, certainly one he would want to have back, but you can't focus on the pass. You need a score. That's your top priority right now. Getting a score doesn't even need to be a touchdown. Just having to get it to 2 possessions is huge.
A 2nd and 10 coming here as the Marines talking it over in the huddle, making sure they have everybody on the same page. 1:18 to go. Could the Marines maybe take a deep shot here to try and open up the game? Conway in the shotgun drops back as that'll be a flag. Looks to be maybe another false start on the offense, which is not what the Marines needed.
And if this is a false start, that one will be costly for Long Beach.
As it would be 2nd down and 15 from their own 37.
They ruled a false start. 2nd and 15. Conway gonna have to rally the troops here. Gonna have to get that deep ball.
As this could be the time for Silva to get involved. You've seen him a lot on the defensive end and a couple plays on offense, but he is the star receiver of this team. As a long talk here for the Marines, 2nd and 15 on their own 37.
Silva had 100 yards against Garden City week 1, so yeah, you definitely want to try getting him involved, but he is on the sideline.
As in the shotgun here, late motion there by the Marines. As Conway drops back, Pirates putting pressure, and that one's dumped off, and that tackle will be made by Davidoff for 3rd down and long for the Marines as time ticking down. 35 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Long Beach is probably going to try getting one more snap off to end the quarter. They really want to get close. They just have to get close to a 1st down. They have to go for it on 4th, so you need to get this to 4th and manageable.
As the Marines not showing much urgency, as here's just a replay of Davidoff able to wrap around there and come up with that big tackle. 3rd and 15, 10 seconds left. Marines look to run out the clock here and resume their play in the 4th quarter. As when we come back to start the 4th, it'll be 3rd down and 14 for the Marines from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, 17-0, 3rd.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
It'll be a 3rd and 14 start. The 3rd.
And now we're going into the 4th quarter as Jake Maxwell and Lucas Panganico are back in the booth.
Yeah, Jake, as we saw in that 3rd quarter, this Pirates team is trying to keep this lead here with that offense coming back on the field for the Marines.
Yeah, definitely. Pirates up 17-0 now. Definitely a huge statement for the Pirates right now. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Yeah, going into the 4th quarter, you're gonna need points in this offense. I don't think they have gotten past midfield for this Long Beach Marines offense yet. They're gonna have to put together a good drive, not a methodical drive, but a good drive for Charlie Conway.
Yeah, they gotta get a quick hitter, a score here. You don't need a touchdown. A touchdown would be big, but you're down by 3 scores, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. So, if it gets to the point where you're 20 yards out and it's 3rd and 10, you could take a field goal. So you're not in all or nothing mode yet.
Yeah, and if it's Mr. Martin here, the coach for the Long Beach Marines, and what I'm saying to them is, play your game. Don't let them play it for you. Play your game. Let that offense work. As we said a lot, this passing offense has not looked great today, but try to keep that up. Try to keep that up. Try to air out to your receiver Zach Silva and others.
Yeah, the Mepham defense has definitely done a really good job today at playing at their pace and playing their game. Long Beach, all we heard about is their passing offense going into this week. Even a team like Garden City, they were able to pick apart a little bit on the passing offense. I really can't recall that many catches over 5 yards for Long Beach today.
Yeah. Here goes Conway back in the field.
Which now they're going to need a pass over 5 yards. So we'll see where they go and who they go to. The safeties and corners from Mepham have really been playing well today. He drops back to pass, and he lays it out. And that's going to be short of the first down marker. And he's going to be at 4th and about 8 now.
Yeah, then great job there, and they're going to punt it.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think you can go for it on 4th and 7 on your own 45, down by 17 already. So, yeah, they're going to have to punt here.
Not trying to make this lead worse.
Yeah, they're going to hope. Their defense has held up. You know, it's 17-0, but their defense has held up pretty well throughout the game. You know, one was a short distance. 2 of them were short distance scores. So, you know, Mepham really only had one, like, huge drive there.
As Marines are ready to punt.
So, we'll see what happens to the punt. You know, a little trickery maybe. Trying to catch them off guard.
Loudman and Genovese back there. And that's going to be a flag.
And here we see what the call is. And that's going to be too many men on the field, it looks like.
There's a little miscommunication for the Marines there. As the refs are counting the players.
Yeah, so you have 2 men deep for the Pirates. You know, Mepham Pirates, they're always going to be on alert for the fake punt because unfortunately last year for the Pirates, that's really was the deciding factor in the county championship was they got caught off guard with a fake punt, and that's basically how they ended up losing the game.
Not good for the Pirates there. You're going to have Cloudman and Genovese back there. No, it's Eagleston, excuse me, again.
Yeah, definitely. So I do think that you're not going to get a fake punt by these Pirates, even if you do try. I think that's almost the thing they're looking for the most right now. And he does punt it away, and it's a decent kick down. It's going to land down to the 41. It looks like it's going to end up. So we're looking at about a 30-yard punt, 25-yard punt.
As the Pirates will start at their own 41-yard line. As Ehrlichman's trying to expand this lead for this Mepham offense.
Yeah, if I'm the Pirates here, you know, there's still 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Don't get too conservative where you're running 3 times in a row. But I go 2 runs or maybe a screen pass, 1 run, screen pass, and then on 3rd down you can expand to your whole playbook.
Yeah, try to find your 2 running backs. You have a Chan and Weber. Try to find them on the little screen passes, and they can maybe work an open field.
And big credits to the Long Beach run defense so far this game because they have been unstoppable up front. You know, can't remember a time where a Chan or Weber has really broke one out for a big run.
Yeah, great job there by the men up front.
So running around the tackles here, and there it is. That's going to be about 5 yards, which is a huge start to the drive. Now you're at 2nd and 5, and you can run it again. And then 3rd down, you might be able to just run it again there. You know, you might pick up another 3 or 4 here and be able to be in a great run position.
Yeah, great job there by Chan, finding outside the tackles. And now you're looking maybe run to him again with a little 2nd and 7 here.
Yeah, definitely. So you have 2nd and 7, and we'll see what the Pirates do here. If it might be a little swing pass to a Chan, or if they're just going to go outside the tackles, inside the tackles. You know, your playbook's open.
Trying to bleed the clock here, the Pirates.
Definitely, I'm going to think it's a run play here. Snaps it, and yes, it is. It's a little counter run, and he's going to pick up another 3, and now you're in 3rd and very manageable 3rd and 4, where now, you know, you can run again, trust your guys, push them for that 4 yards, or you can run one of your mesh plays that have worked so well today.
You have that 3rd and short opportunity here for the Pirates. See if this Ehrlichman and the Pirate offense can make something happen.
Yeah, now you're 3rd and 3. You ran for 3 and 4 yards on the past 2 plays. You know, if you run for 3 yards every time, you're going to get a first down. So we'll see where they go here, if they try and run it again or if they try and catch them off guard with the pass as the corner drops for Long Beach. And it will be a screen pass to Andrew Fleming, and he's going to pick up the first down. That's a huge first down for the Pirates and almost putting these Marines away as it's not over yet, but I'd say a score in this drive, Lucas, and that's probably it.
You maybe seal it on this drive here for the Pirates as you see Fleming with a great job to step up and make that play for the Pirates, the junior.
And this type of drive just might be absolutely backbreaking for the Marines. You know, you're down 17, your offense went 3 and out, and you couldn't do anything. As he's looking deep, and he's going to Fleming downfield, and he gets tripped up, and that was Cracky downfield.
Yeah, great defense there by the Marines as that's Capria to make that stop on the big man Cracky, the tight end.
And I think Cracky would have had that there if he didn't get tripped up, which is tough to see for that Pirates offense, but a nice break for the Marines defense there.
Yeah, nice break for the Marines defense, not limiting those big plays for the Pirates, as they've only seen one so far today to 2 Cracky.
And that really is just a huge play. Now you have Cloudman coming into the game with a Chan and Weber, so I think we know we're going to get a run of some sorts here.
Yeah, and on 2nd and 10, maybe a little outside run for Patrick Cloudman, running behind your big man, Jack Weber.
Yeah, Pat's a very fast and shifty guy. When you get him outside the tackles, good things happen. Cloudman hands it off to a Chan. Oh, no, he keeps it up the middle, and he's going to break that one for about 10. And that's a great deceiving play. It even tricked me.
Yeah, great job there by Cloudman, using that speed option there, gets up between the tackles, and runs it almost for a first down or a first down.
And I think that's just a great play call by Coach Mancini there, due to the fact that, like we said, we really only see Cloudman run outside the tackles. So you fake the run to a Chan outside the tackles, the whole Long Beach defense thinks that's happening.
Yeah, great job there by
and
Patrick
then
Cloudman
and then
that defense.
Pat's a small, fast guy. He sneaks in between the tackles almost unseen.
You have a 3rd and 1 here, keeping Pat out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the right move here.
Cloudman trying to find something happen.
Stacking the box, Long Beach, and he's going to go up the middle of Chan, and he's going to inch forward for the first down as he just gets it. This is just an absolutely back-breaking drive from the Pirates right now, asserting dominance down the field.
As someone's down in the field for the Long Beach side.
Never want to see that. It's not great to see. Lucas, what have you seen from the Pirates offense so far?
Yeah, for this Pirates offense, they bled that clock. They did what they're supposed to do. They've broken down this clock with 8 minutes left to go, and on that last play, you see a Chan with a little power run, and this Pirates offense has looked great.
Yeah, the Pirates' run game has really excelled on this last drive of the game here. The last Chan run, he only got one, but he only needed one. That's what they're looking for. The tackles are blocking right in front of them, and they're not even advancing up to the next level as much.
Yeah, going down to 2 third downs, and the Marines just can't stop them. Can't force that 3 and out on the first one. They find Fleming, and then the next one, they find a Chan to get that first down.
Yeah, and now the clock stopped at 8 minutes and 5 seconds as the Pirates offense are talking it over on how they're going to go down with the rest of this drive. As they're on the brink of field goal range for a great guy, Ryan Bayer, you pick up one more first down and you're in field goal range.
Yeah, for the Pirates team, they go up by 4 possessions.
Like we said, I think Bayers hit a 41-yard field goal in game before and extended it out to 50 yards in practice. So we'll see. Last week he hit that 30-yard game winner against MacArthur, so that's where he's extended it to so far this year.
Yeah, and for the Marine side of the ball, you're trying to limit the clock, keep it under control, and see if you can get a big stop here on this first down, and just play it play by play.
Yeah, 100%. As you see the Long Beach player gets up, you love to see that. You never want to see anybody down on the field. Want everybody to stay safe and have a good time.
Schmeichel looks good, number 2 for the Long Beach Marines.
Yep, he looked good. He's walking off under his own strength and seems ready to go. Now here comes the Pirates offense, ready to get after it and continue driving the ball down this field to ensure a win for their football team.
It's Marines defense trying to get a big stop right now.
You still have Cloudman in the game here, looking like a run set. Two backs in the backfield. You have 2 receivers out wide, and that's it. Looking like a run here. Weber looks like he'll probably be the lead blocker here. And it's actually going to go to Weber. And Weber is going to jolt over. And he's going. Weber breaks a tackle, and that's going to be a first down for the Pirates. And there's a flag after the fact.
Little extracurricular activities here.
Flag on the play.
We'll see what's on. It seems like it's probably going to be on the Marines.
And you see a Chan walking away with his hands up. I didn't do it.
Hey, I always think that's the funniest thing when they walk away with their hands up because you're just telling the ref that you did something.
Yep. And Weber, you saw in that last play, breaks away for that first down. Could almost seal the game for the Pirates there.
And it seems like the ref is going to be spotting the ball.
You see the Pirates kind of moving back a little bit.
But it looks like the ref is moving the ball up. So the Pirates are just going to meet with Coach Mazeika and talk. And that's going to be, looks like, a half the distance to the goal foul.
That's going to be around the 15-yard line for the Pirates. Just trying to run that clock out. Use Weber, use your backs, use a Chan. Keep it up.
Yeah, as they're on the 14 now, I'm going right back to Weber here, as that's a huge run. And, we haven't seen a lot of handoffs in this game, but clearly he's going to make his presence known when he does get the ball. It's been a lot of blocking from the guy Weber today, who's actually a Division I lacrosse commit to Penn State. So, he's just a good athlete. Weber, same exact play, and it's going to get bottled up for about 2 yards this time.
Yeah, it doesn't stop fighting there, as you have Cloudman in at quarterback.
Yeah, as Weber is met in the backfield, but he was able to break it through for about 2 yards.
With 7:18 left to go with a running clock.
As that penalty really puts him right into Bayer field goal range. There's a running clock, and you're up by 3 scores already. A touchdown here really would seal the deal. A field goal would make it almost over.
Mazeika playing smart football, using his running quarterback, Patrick Cloudman.
Yeah, definitely. You're putting your guys in that you trust the most running the ball. Mancini's going to continue getting the runs outside and in between the tackles. Probably won't see a pass play here. And this time they're going to go Pat Cloudman up the middle, and he gets stopped behind the line. That's going to be a tackle for a loss.
Great job there by number 64 for the Marines team, Charles McMuskin. Get a great stop on that QB draw.
As now it's 3rd and 5, and they're bringing Ehrlichman back into the game, who's more of the passing quarterback. But I think they're going to run the ball again here. I think they're just bringing the threat of the pass into the game.
Yeah, you have 2 backs in there, Chan and Weber.
And now they bring Cracky onto the field, bigger tight end wide receiver type player where he can get in the middle of the field and really body one up.
Up, and here's Ehrlichman trying to get a big play here on 3rd down.
Definitely. And Ehrlichman, and he rolls out, and he's looking for the pass, and he's got a guy, and that looks like it's going to be Weber, and Weber's going to get him for a touchdown as he dives onto the pylon. That's a huge touchdown for these Pirates, almost putting the Marines to sleep here with 6 to go, up 23-0, pending PAT.
Great job there by Weber to get a touchdown for the Pirates, and looking like a sealed game here with 5:58 left to go. See if Conway can have a response.
That's a great play design there. Weber just sneaks out of the backfield, looks like he's going to be a blocker, and he turns around and Ehrlichman hits him for the touchdown pass. This Pirates offense just looks absolutely amazing right now, and the defense looks even a little better. So, we'll see what the Long Beach Marines are going to do with 6 to go here, but Bayer for the PAT. And that is going to be good as the Pirates go up 24-0 with 6 to play. Really, let's dissect this drive from the Pirates offense.
Methodical, great drive there. As you said, they start off going with 3rd down, use all 3 of their downs, find that screen pass by Andrew Fleming, and they go again with a Chan on another 3rd down. They keep that up, get the personal foul, move them up half the distance to the goal, and you find Jack Weber for the touchdown. Just great job there by the sophomore, composed in late game situations.
And I really want to hone in on how the mentality and attitude from the Pirates just shows how strong it is. Because Weber, he's just been a blocker all game, really not getting the ball. He wants to be a big playmaker. And they call his name on on the most important drive of the game almost, and he delivers. He's not, slumped down, upset that he hasn't been getting the ball. He's excited to get the ball when he needs to get the ball, and he has a huge 2 plays there to score a touchdown.
Yeah, Weber comes out the flat. Goes out Eagleston, wide open that deep post, frantically calling for the ball, and it's just a great play design there by Mazeika and Mancini.
Yeah, definitely. He really disguised Weber well as a blocker, and I do think, you had Eagleston wide open, but I think that's a smart pass by Ehrlichman, not throwing it downfield, ensuring that you're picking up yards and points there.
He's thinking about the 1st down. He's not thinking about the glory in the touchdown. He's thinking about the 1st down there.
Yeah, really smart game from the Pirates today. We'll see how the defense holds up on what could be probably the last drive. And the kickoff is muffed again from these Long Beach Marines. I really do think this Long Beach team is better than they're showing today. Sloppy with holding onto the ball. But really, I think that might just be from the pressure that the Pirates are putting on.
As that's one of their keys was for this Long Beach team, protect the football, and they have not done that so well so far today.
2 interceptions and a fumble, and I think almost a muff kick on every kickoff and punt. So I think that's really where they're struggling, and I have no doubt in my mind that they're probably going to clap back next week and be able to hold on the ball.
I think this Marines team with Conway and Rydell in the backfield can make a playoff push, and the Pirates. If the Pirates make the playoffs, can see them there.
Yeah, just really a huge drive for Mancini and Ehrlichman in the offense there. And now Conway is going to snap the ball. He's driving back, and he flips it out to Rydell, and it looks like Rydell's going to have a huge chunk of yards as he's going to go down, and he's down at around the 41-yard line. And that's a huge play, and Long Beach is maybe going to be able to get something going here.
As that's what we waited to see all day. Find Rydell out of the backfield and make him use his speed against you. Rydell finally gets that deep play off that screen, and it's worked here for the Pirates, and they're finally past midfield.
And now, is it just going to be too little too late, Lucas? What do you think here?
You got your 5:30 left to go with the running clock. Conway trying to find a deep pass to any of their receivers.
Edge rushers are blocked pretty well here. He's looking deep. He's scrambling out. Etler's chasing him. He's pointing to a guy downfield, and he's going to get brought down behind the line for a sack. That's Will Etler, who had a big sack last week, too.
Will Etler, the transfer out of Cary, and there's going to be a flag of some sorts on this play.
We'll see what the call is here.
Will Etler on that tackle. Ran him down.
We'll see what the call is, but that's a huge play from that Mepham defense. That's big time.
Big football for this defense.
And it looks like it's a holding on the Long Beach offense, and it seems like the penalty might have been declined by the Pirates.
As if the sack can't put them back enough. They get that holding there, and it just...
And no, the penalty was not declined, so they're going to take the yards, the Pirates, push them far out. That's a 10-yard penalty, 15-yard penalty.
A little demoralizing for this Marines team. 5 minutes left to go, trying to make something happen.
And they get a loss of down there because it was after the play, the penalty call was made. So now it's still second down.
Second and 25 after the 15-yard.
So that's huge, you know. You even lose it down. That's why the penalty was accepted. If it wasn't a loss of down, I think they might have declined that one.
Second and 25 here for the Marines.
Now you got to be looking for Silva downfield, I think. It looks like Silva might not even be on the field.
Silva, who's not in.
Yeah, Silva is watching from the sidelines right now. And Conway's going to have to run with it. And Quilty forces him out of bounds. And then Gaskin makes the final play.
Yeah, it is great pressure by that Mepham front seven to make him run that ball, as you had a couple men wide open down the field. But Conway just can't find him.
Yeah, I don't think he's had the time nor the receivers open to really make the plays here.
And 12.
As now Burns is going to hustle onto the field for the Marines as they might look for him downfield.
Yeah, Burns trying to use his speed. The kick return specialist.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do here. Conway gets the play, going into the huddle.
Conway here, trying to find something deep to maybe get a score up for this Marines team.
3rd and 15, 4 down territory, obviously down 24 with 5 to go. So, maybe they'll just look for 10, 12 yards here. And he's going for it all here, and it looks like he's got a man, and that's intercepted by Grizzard! With one hand, it's out! The ball's out, but he picks it back up. And that is a huge play of the Mepham defense, ending the game.
Mikey Grizzard with the broken finger makes a big play here for the Pirates. Even with the club hand, could still bring in that ball. And the Pirates get their 3rd turnover of the day, going back with the offensive side of the ball.
And that is a huge play from a senior leader, Mikey Grizzard. He's got the club hand. He picks it off with one hand. What a play. That's just awesome to see. And then the Long Beach receiver, Long Beach not giving up whatsoever. Forces a fumble, but Grizzard, has the adrenaline there and hops right back on the ball.
Yeah, great job there by that Pirates defense. They get that holding penalty, and then they keep it up.
And Conway had the man there. The ball just happened to be a little underthrown. He's throwing it 40 yards downfield, But what a play by Grizzard, making up the ground there and getting the interception with the club hand.
Mazeika, who's bringing in their senior quarterback, Ryan Radicone.
And here comes Radicone, and he hands the ball off, and he's stuffed in the backfield.
Great job there by that front four for the Marines, and a chance brought back behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackle for a 5-yard loss. 2nd down, 15.
Now it's going to be 2nd and 15. We'll see if they try and get a little outside the tackles here and pick up some of those yards back. But the game is basically over at this point.
Yeah, 4 minutes left to go. 24-0.
Mepham ball. I don't think it's possible here.
Trying to find something happening here. The Radicone and Shockey Davidoff in the backfield.
And Radicone, and he gives it to Davidoff. Davidoff bounces outside, and that is going to be a 1 or 2 yard gain there. Now it is going to be 3rd and long.
Shockey trying to find the outside run. Just can't find the corner. Radicone running an empty set here on third down. 3rd and 15.
I think Mepham's going to utilize the QB draw here with Radicone. As now Davidoff's looks like he's going to be walking back into the backfield. Yeah. Empty backfield, probably QB draw. Now you got Davidoff back there, probably going to go outside the tackles again, if I were to guess. And it is a run outside the tackle with Radicone, and it looks like he's going to pick up decent yardage there. And there's going to be a holding penalty called.
And that's going to come back for the Pirates. That's going to be around the 1 yard line.
Yeah, now that's probably a half the distance to the goal penalty at this point from how far back they are. So you'll be at the 4 or the 5. The holding penalty was called on Eagleson, it looks like. Although the holding penalty is called, I don't think it's going to matter into the outcome of this game.
Yeah, and now it's going to be around 3rd and 17, around 3rd and 18-ish for Radicone and his Pirates.
Yeah, it looks definitely just going to be a run here. Mepham's not all too concerned with getting the first down. I think they're just going to try and keep the ball out of their own end zone. And Radicone does the punt, the QB punt.
There's going to be a flag here.
There's going to be a flag, although that would have worked very well.
The flag on that play.
You see them taking a little bit out of Belichick's playbook there as he ran that with Brady a lot back in the day.
Tom Brady. Radicone, Ryan Radicone-esque.
And it's on the defense, really. Wow.
That's going to get called offsides for the Long Beach Marines.
That was an offsides against Long Beach, the defense. Move the ball up.
As now it's 3rd and 12, 3rd and 11 now. Will they just punt it away again?
With 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock running, I think you're just going to go with a outside run here that a shock. You repeat with that read option.
Yeah, I mean, why not punt it away again? They don't got a deep man. And they're going to go each halfback toss. And Davidoff is going to go down for about 2. And they're going to punt it away now as they continue to run the clock.
Yeah, great job there by Shockey to give them a little extra yards. And there's going to come out the punt team with Ryan Baer.
Now Baer's going to send it off and probably put an end to this one in the next, obviously 2 minutes left on the clock. But it's not mathematically possible here for Long Beach to come back. Even if they were to score a touchdown, get an onside kick and score a touchdown, you're still down two scores.
And you just seen a dominant performance out of this Pirates team on both sides of the ball. You have the three turnovers, the interception in the second quarter, and then the muff punt, and then you have another interception in late game by Mike Grizzard. Yeah. It's just been an absolute dominant performance by both sides of the ball for the Pirates team.
Yeah, and there's another flag here, so we'll see what this is. But yeah, I think that the first quarter you saw that both teams were good and that they were evenly matched, but the Pirates had the better day today, and they're going to come out the win here. So now the Pirates are going to move on to being 0-3 here. 3-0. Sorry about that. The Pirates are going to be 3-0 going into their next game. And the punt, it's muffed again. And Nate Green makes a stop. So Long Beach is just really struggling with the holding on to the football today. I don't think this game really reflects their team, but I do think it reflects the Mepham team and how strong this team is. And, Mepham's going to win 24-0 here. Garden City only won by 15 when they played against Long Beach.
And maybe a little foreshadowing here for the Pirates.
Garden City is usually that powerhouse workhorse, but it shows that the Pirates, can play with anybody in the conference.
Yeah, I know. We're looking at Hofstra for this Pirates team.
Yeah, when we talk to Coach Mancini and linebacker James Quilty, the ultimate goal, it's always we want to get to Hofstra. So, these games are the ones that matter. The power points. Mepham's going to be looking at second in the conference right now behind Garden City. So, these are the games that matter the most. These games against, power rank 2 and 3. So these games are the ones that matter. As now the Mepham defensive starters are able to take a break here for the last 2 minutes of the game after their huge game today. And that's a great defensive play by Agent Zero, Tyler Gaskin, as he's still in the game making plays.
That's Dylan Phillips out there. Yeah, Dylan Phillips,
Yeah, sorry, that's Dylan Phillips out there, number 8.
Dylan Phillips make a great pass break up there.
Dylan Phillips broke up that play.
So that's a great play by Dylan Phillips, number 8.
As you're going to have Conway's going to come out there.
Dropping back, 1:28 to go, down by 24.
You're going to bring out Brody Guan.
Oh, Brody Guan is in the game. We knew we were going to see him at some point today. And that's a run play up the middle, and they pick up 8 or 9 there.
Great job there by Ray.
As Kanye Ray gets 8 yards on the play.
Kanye Ray fought for extra yardage and ball was down.
With a minute left and a running clock here.
Now you're down to a minute on the clock. Mepham making some substitutions.
Just a great job here by this offense and this defense for the Pirates.
Juan takes a snap, hands it off to Ray, and Ray is going to break it for about 5.
Yeah, great job there by Kanye Ray.
Good tackle by Brett McGovern there, BMB's very own.
BMB's very own, Brett McGovern.
Cross midfield, they're at the 48-yard line.
As Brody Wong gets the play.
And it looks like the clock might just run out. Yeah, and the Long Beach coach gives a signal that that's going to be the ball game. As that's the game, 24 seconds left on the clock, down by 24. And Mepham defense gets there, is going to get a huge shutout here, as that's big time.
Yeah, great job there by this Long Beach team. And, the Pirates team.
And the Pirates are very excited about this huge win over a tough Long Beach team.
Pirates hold the shutout.
They defended the ship today, and they're going to be very excited after a huge win here, holding that second spot in the power rankings.
As we saw with that quarterback, Erkelman, the sophomore, with great plays there by the Pirates, and also with that deep play to Crocky, set that up for that touchdown to Eagleston.
Yeah, I really think that was a tone setter of the game there. That was a huge, big-time play that needed to be made, and it happened. And then they got the touchdown to Eagleston right after that.
Yeah, going there into the second half. Great touchdown there by Eagleston. And you also have those turnovers. You can't talk about Mepham without their defense. And this defense stepped up in great ways. You have Grizzard, Gaskin, and Will Braun all getting turnovers today with a fumble and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, definitely. As we said, as Mancini told us in an interview earlier this week, he said, I just think Ehrlichman's going to get better and better every week. And that definitely showed today. As Ehrlichman looked pretty on point, didn't do anything really wrong. So,
great job there for that Pirates team. And what more you can say, this defense has showed out. This offense has showed out in the first couple weeks of the season. And you're trying to keep this momentum going to your next game.
Yeah, and then just going back to their 3 keys to the game, play clean, limit big plays, and stronger effort. That is definitely, all 3 of those things definitely happened there. I can't recall any really big plays. And they played clean. There was penalties. I don't really think there was many penalties either. So, yeah, definitely. And then stronger effort. The effort was immaculate today. Even at the end of the game, still making huge pass breakups. There was no, there was nothing wrong there.
Yeah, great job by that Pirates team to limit that to limit those big plays by that passing attacks we talked so much fondly about today with Conway and other people outside.
Yeah, definitely. This Pirates team, huge, strong effort against a really good Long Beach team with a shutout, which is a big statement with victory. And now we're going to be sending it down to Sophia Whitaker for the Pirate player of the game, sophomore quarterback Adam Ehrlichman.
I'm Sophia Whitaker, and I'm here with the Pirate of the game, Adam Ehrlichman. Adam, what did this win mean for you and your team today?
I mean a lot, especially going into this. Know it was a rival game, and we just executed. There's no other way to put it. Everybody did our jobs, and the outcome is visible. We beat them.
And Adam, being the only sophomore on the team, how did you and your teammates help prepare for today's game?
A lot of practice. Whether it was a good day, bad day, we fought through it, and again, the outcome. I mean, we do this. This is what Mepham football is about.
And thank you. And I'm sending it back to the studio. You're good to go.
Our player of the game, Adam Ehrlichman, threw for 2 touchdowns this game. Ollie, how do you feel about this?
I mean, he did a great job. This Pirate team did a great job. You know, these Pirates will be taking on Glen Cove on Friday, October 3rd, at Glen Cove, and then Long Beach will go on to face New Hyde Park on Saturday. And Mepham's next game of the week will be Friday, October 3rd, girls soccer, Mepham versus Manhasset. I've been Oliver Mattis.
I'm Dylan Wigdor.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for October 3rd. Thank you.